This is the rubric. I'm sticking with this, okay? You can make your own rubric. You can make your own tier list if you want to. This is my rubric. 30% is consistency. How low is their floor, or are they hitting a number regularly that is reliable for their team? Number 2, impact, finding fights, positioning. This kind of has to do with consistency, but I don't want consistency to be on its own. Your usual output would be these two categories combined, but I don't want to be as broad as just saying output, because then you would just look purely at numbers. And the thing is that your consistency can be a certain level, but that doesn't necessarily mean your impact is very high, because you're not always finding the kills. Like, for example, someone like Headtrick actually wasn't that terrible in terms of consistency, but he had so little impact that I would dock him points for that. Today's video is sponsored by sellyurskins.com. If you want some cash for your CS2 skins, check out Sell Your Skins to instantly cash out your skins. Sell more, get more. When you sell more, your account will level up to permanently receive better rewards. Sell Your Skins can pay out using Revolut, PayPal, bank transfer, crypto, and many more methods. For a 5% bonus on sales and trades, type in the code Mauisnake or click the link in the description below. Output as a whole would kind of muddy these categories, and I want it to be a little bit more specific. Ceiling, to me, this just matters. Can you get your team out of games where... Can you win games for your team where your team is not necessarily serving you? And so ceiling is important because some of these players just don't have high ceilings. They just don't. Rifling, pistoling, because the game doesn't always let you have an op. Are you having impact with other weapons at all? Or do you always need the op in your hand to have any impact? Because being an overall player would include those categories. And part of the job is to be able to use other guns a little bit, okay? And some of these people are hybrids, and I don't want to just knock them for the fact that, oh, they use a rifle a lot. Teamwork. Yeah, throwing flashes. Are they even helping the team? Are they just doing their own thing all the time? Are they hurting the team actively with some of their plays? So, can make some distinctions here for a few of these guys. Okay, so keeping that rubric in mind. So the first thing I did with the IGL tier list, which I will be replicating today, is that I will show you guys an S tier AWPER, a C tier AWPER, and an F tier AWPER. This should become as no surprise who the first AWPER is that will be entering the S tier. Okay, he's probably the best player in Counter-Strike 2 today, alongside Donk and ZywOo. It is m0NESY. It is clearly m0NESY. m0NESY is blowing everybody away in terms of, you look at the categories. Consistency, he's got it. He's carrying G2 in every game. Impact, he is finding absurd impact all of the time. Ceiling, he hits all the 10 out of 10 difficulty shots. Rifling and pistoling, I've seen him have incredible pistol rounds as well. And teamwork, he gets insane amount of flash assists, and he is able to play in different roles in the team in terms of like positioning. He doesn't have to always go first. He doesn't have to be a mid-round guy. He doesn't have to go, like, he can get trade frags, he can get openers, and he's a closer. So that's kind of, he can fit into any system and style that G2 want to play round to round. So I will have to find m0NESY. There he is. He is entering the S tier. There we go. m0NESY right there. Okay, so let's go. C tier AWPER. My favorite player in the game for a long time. One that had a nice resurgence for this major cycle at both the RMR and the major itself. Showed that he was very capable of being a contributing member on a tier 1 team. I definitely didn't think that he was going to be a person that was going to carry the games once you actually got into the major, but at the domestic level, he is doing a fantastic job. C tier AWPER for this is going to be Henny. Thinking about Henny, his consistency is actually very high. He's very, very consistent because he plays a more passive style that lends itself to finding a consistent level of output. But impact-wise, he is definitely a little bit more on the passive side. Isn't he carrying his team? Not exactly. He's not exactly carrying the team. In the RMR, everybody was carrying. I feel like when it came to playing on some of the bigger stages, Henny started to... He's just, in the last couple of years, had a significant amount of drop-off, and I couldn't safely put him... He's definitely not A+ or A, but he's definitely not D or F, and he would be between B and C tier for me. But if you look at, say, the last 6 months for Henny, say, look at these stats, 1.19 rating, but then you look at versus top opponents, and it's not really that good, guys. Like, he farms local competition. He farms local competition. Some people are thinking he's going crazy, he's carrying. Not really. Like look at versus top 5 opponents, top 10 opponents. Like, this is kind of what you see from a C tier AWPER. So even at events, at the major itself, 0.98 rating. At the opening stage, 1.14 rating. At the RMR, 1.62. This is kind of the drop off I expect from a C tier AWPER. You know, very, very good against local competition, but against, like, look at who he's getting 1.14 rate numbers against. He did very well against Gamer Legion. He did very well against Apex, who don't actually play with any teamwork. He actually did decently versus ENCE. Like, a 1.12 rating versus ENCE is it's like the quintessential C tier AWPER. You're beating up on a team that's just middle of the pack tier 1. You're beating up on a team. You're beating a team convincingly that I think is at the bottom of tier 1. And then in an important game, he did pretty well. Yeah, this is exactly what I expect from a C tier AWPER from Henny. So yeah, that's my C tier guy. F tier is a little hard because this is a current tier list based off of recent form. This is so whack because he obviously was just in the top 20, which was a fraudulent top 20 placement for me. It is unfortunately Cadian. Cadian has been just god-awful for them. This is fraudulent for a tier 1 AWPER versus competition. Okay, so 1.07 rating, very high DPRs, which is inflating his stats. His KPR is not good. His ADR is not good. His impact is low. And versus all top 50 opponents, he has a 0.94 rating. It sucks. It really sucks, guys. I'm not happy about putting Cadian this low, but as an AWPER, he has to be an F tier for this year. For this year, there is no way that I could rate his performance as well. And when you look at even like with top 50 filter, 0.99 rating, look at the people he has played against and how badly he has done. Nouns, 1.02 rating. M80, 0.69. Badass. Okay, you farmed badass a couple times. And that is also boosting your rating tremendously. He's doing well versus party astronauts. Again, M80, terrible. Spirit, terrible. And this was the Spirit that was playing with backups. This was playing with Holly and Baz. And Cadian still bottom frag throughout this. He still was doing terribly against backups on Spirit. And then Gamer Legion did all right. FaZe pretty badly. G2 badly. Nouns very badly. Like, what is this versus Nouns? In the North American qualifier, 0.72. This is an F. This is just an F tier, guys. You can be a fan of Cadian, you could be a fan of the persona, but as a pure AWPER today, it is a clear F tier. And so things about this rubric that might help him out. His teamwork is probably an A+ right now. I would give him a 10 out of 10 for this. But in terms of ceiling, it's not really that high. Consistency, impact, which are the most important categories, are incredibly low. Incredibly low for Cadian here. Rifling and pistoling are not strong either. Very, very bad. Stadodo. Stadodo is in 2 categories for me. He's either in D or bot or F. I am very close to putting him in the F tier because for Koi, he is oftentimes a detriment to their success. He is legitimately just doing random stuff all the time. Let's do events, and let's look at a reasonable event where your performance really mattered, like the RMR and the major. So in this one, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh lord. Yeah, this is a really bad major. And then if you look at even what he did at the RMR, got farmed by Navi, farmed by 3D Max, did well versus Fnatic, and decently versus 9pandas. Okay, so here's a Stadodo op round for us. Great. This is the eye test. This is the eye test, fellas.
Hero gun, this time on art. This is not
mid, holding mid. Gets dinked in the face. Gets shot in the face, has to fall back.
Maybe there's something here on this split.
Yeah.
I mean, it really feels like Fury are kind of running out of time
Tier, sadly.
to recover this T side, right? So
So where is he right now on the map? He rerouted to A ramp. He's holding A ramp now. Yuri is over here now. They force it all back. Okay. So stadodo is not in the play whatsoever now. So what is stadodo gonna do? He rotates over. He's kind of still hanging out around pretty far back. Like he's actually just rotating now. Despite his player had a ramp control for so long, now he's missed another op shot. Okay, his teammates are helping. Okay, he left the angle. He left the angle that was needed to be held. He's getting another chance at killing Fallen there. He does not get that. And we are simply watching. Wait, his teammates are falling. He's low HP, doesn't want to push forward, and then he dies.
Finding it for Fury off of the pistol.
Guys,
very close, very uncomfortable.
Very close on all I could say is very close. When Hugo says very close, I just think I'm sure stadodo was very close on hitting any of those shots. I have seen a lot of weird rounds from stadodo, and I think that one guy that was really, like, summed it up well for when I was doing the major watch parties was Yumi said that the only reason Koi made it through the RMR is that Mopaz was winning despite stadodo. That was one of the funniest lines that Yumi had. I've picked stadodo a few times on fantasy too, because I was like, wait a second, he's an opper, decent rating versus bad competition, and surely I can just put the op roll on him, and frequently he's under 200,000 in terms of cost. And I have been owned many times by assuming he will even get positive points for me. Let's look at kaze. So kaze, we're using the HLTV eye test of looking at stats. The only thing that really would have mattered in my eyes would have been the RMR, and he lost to a tox. And how did he do in this one? Everyone did well. Okay, he had a 0.91 rating. Okay, I'm calling Yumi. I'm calling Yumi. Actually, I'm going to use you as the correspondent for the Asian players, okay, right now? Okay.
Okay.
So actually, so kaze.
You're testing my ability to just, like, see people and immediately know who they are.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to lie. I actually messed up and I thought kaze was somebody else. Not going to lie. Based off of a photo alone. But I'm looking
It's hard.
I'm looking at kaze right now, and I'm wondering so look at my foundational elements here for S tier is Monacy, C tier is Henny, F is Cadian and stadodo. This is 2024 form, okay? 2024 form so far. Kaze didn't make it to the major, had a pretty bad showing in the elimination game versus Atox. What do you think?
I mean, based on where you've got stadodo and Cadian, like, I think it's a little harsh that both of them are an F. I'd put them maybe D, and kaze would maybe be like low D, F.
Okay, so he's beneath Cadian and stadodo.
Like, if I had to put the, like, one of those AWPers into Tyloo and, like, language barriers didn't matter or whatever, I think they'd be better, unfortunately.
Okay. So if you had to put him here, I think F is the only spot for him.
Yeah, I mean, F is probably the spot, yeah. Oh, you have a rubric. Oh my god, we're grading here,
yeah,
actually.
we're grading. So
okay. I feel like there are going to be quite a few people that end up in F.
I think I might have to move some people up. Okay, what about 910? Yeah. 910 here.
I would put him...
I think he's kind of on Henny tier for me.
Yeah, I'd probably put like a C.
Yeah, I think C also.
Yeah.
Okay. He drops off pretty heavily versus top opponents, so maybe he's beneath Henny for me. But for his region, which is the reason I gave Henny the C, was that he farms his own region, but once he starts playing good international opposition, that's when he really starts to struggle, and finding impact is hard for him. So I would put 910 kind of in that same vein.
Yeah, I think 910's a bit more on, like, a consistent, like, he's not quite as unhinged. You know, he's probably the most consistent AWPer the Mongols have had throughout their several iterations, so it's nice. Yeah, I think that fits.
But
God, yes. Okay.
Okay, so for G,
I'd have to put him D.
Yeah, is D where he belongs?
Yeah, I think he's too fresh. He's like also struggles against tougher opposition, but I think the whole team does. So I don't know, like, if that's like a solo attributed thing. I just it's either D or F, to be honest. But
should I be nicer and just move Henny and 910 to B? Because there's a lot of people.
Yeah,
I'm okay. You know
I
what?
feel like F will
Yeah.
be very populated. At
It's
the
too
end of
many
this.
people. It's gonna be too many people, I think. Yeah.
Every AWPER is F tier.
Okay,
aside from
I
these
have
select
to.
few.
Okay, there we go. I think it's this now. I think I would go that. Do you think that's fairer? Just move Stadodo to D, Henny and 910 to B, and then I have an A plus and A that's gonna get a little more crowded. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think
Okay.
that's fun.
Okay, so I think G then has to be. Is he F or D?
I think he's just
Too new.
the thing is I'm biased because he's young, but if I have
Yeah.
to say like if I'm putting him in like an elite level team, how I'm ranking him, like based
Yeah.
on your criteria, I'd probably say F.
Yeah. Okay. How about Icy for M-Call?
He's got room to grow.
Icy? Yeah.
Icy is so boring to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say maybe D.
Yeah, I'd say D also. I think he's like
Yeah,
Stadodo
that's-
tier. He's Stadodo tier for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He just doesn't do enough. He's just a little like everybody else is off. Like Crad is just running at people, and Icy's just chilling in the back of spawn with his AWP like 90% of the time.
He's super low impact.
Yes.
He's super low impact. I think consistency, he's actually okay for his own play. Like when people do go to him, he does pretty well, but he doesn't put himself in winning positions very often. But I think that might be hard on Amcall. I can't really rate his rifling and pistoling. I don't think about them too much, but ceiling actually okay. It's like he does hit some pretty cool shots from time to time.
It just feels like someone said
Nice.
IC eye test. It's like sure when you're just looking at his POV, like what shots he's hitting, fine. He passes an eye test, but
Yeah.
I agree with you. Like he puts himself in such like weird spots basically because of the way his team is playing that it's like you basically don't get as much impact as you could out of this guy if those are the shots he's able to hit. You know, it's like it feels like he's a little scared to make mistakes, and so all he does is like play safe.
Unfounded amount of faith on their own. Okay, well, he's just at A right now by himself. His teammate pushed out towards the other side. Okay, let's see him in a tough situation, like a retake on the B bomb site. Is he going to even do anything? That's the question. So he's at CT. He's going for something. Okay. All right, he's not just holding the line on some bad angle. Okay, now they're just crunching this Sasanito guy. And... oh, okay. Held the line.
I believe we're giving IC demo reviews, but everybody else just got lumped in F.
Yeah, I know, I know. I mean, he's top fragging. Someone says so. The eye test of looking at his stats checks out. Okay, he's in a good position. Wait, spots one. Oh, okay. No! Oh, he went for the next one. It was while Sasanito was spraying. I don't actually hate that idea of going for another reswing. It's a little bit much. It's a little bit much. But he was doing what? I mean, that wasn't bad. Like he winning position. I think he's got. If I put Henny in in B tier, I think IC C tier. I think he's a higher than Stadodo. What do you think?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Higher
Okay.
than Stadodo? Okay.
I can accept this.
Okay. Salazar.
Ah, Salazar. He looked great on the run to the major. He's not S tier. He's like a solid. He's like C. If
I see
if
C,
we're talking,
I think Salazar had to play better opposition than IC ever did, and so he looked a little bit worse at this major. But I wouldn't have rated Salazar anywhere beneath IC before that. Like he did very badly. He just did very badly on a bigger stage. The lights were too bright.
if I had to characterize, it's like
Actually, the eye test.
IC knows how to not make like grand mistakes, but Salazar is still exploring. I feel like he's more likely to like cost you in a game trying to go for a play rather than IC. But you know, I think there were some good moments in this major where you know he found that impact. So
I mean, look at this. I mean, look at the eye test right now. I just love using eye test the wrong way entirely. But like this
look
is
at the eye test.
look at the eye test right now. Look at the eye test.
It's green.
It's green. It's green. The eye test is giving right now. I feel like in a funny way, Icy was sometimes a bright spot for Amcall, but Salazar was kind of the "oh, what are you doing?" sort of thing. So, I'm
gonna leave you to the tough choices.
gonna put Salazar in D. I actually think he's worse. I don't know if I want to put him worse than Icy. I can't. Okay, I can't in good faith put him worse than Icy. I think he's in the same tier as Icy is. Yeah. Yeah, that's where I've got him. C tier. Bottom C tier
as well.
Bottom of C tier.
I appreciate you calling me for consultancy.
Yeah.
I have found a pug, so.
Okay. I wanted you for the Asian teams in particular, but good luck on your pug, Yumi. Thank you.
That's fine. No, thanks for bringing me on. Good luck.
For sure. GXX. Oof. I don't think I can go many places other than if I'm putting. I think he could be D. I think he could be D tier. In the route to the major at the RMR, let's see how he did. Did all right. This was the qualifier game though. Let's see. Okay, for 2024 numbers, 1.06. Actually, not playing enough top opposition to give me a really strong ranking of that. I would feel pretty bad about putting GXX. Actually, I don't think GXX throws games as hard as stadodo does. Looking back to this rubric, consistency, he's actually pretty consistent. Like, his floor is kind of where I want it to be for his team. Impact, probably low on the impact, but decent on consistency. Ceiling, kind of low. Rifling, pistoling, he's okay. I don't know how to grade anybody on Guild Eagles for teamwork right now. I think it's like D+, C-. I'm going to go D. He's definitely not F. 100% not F. Okay, Alistair. At the biggest event, at the most important BO3, how did he do? Terribly. Very badly. Very badly versus Lin Vision. How many op kills did he even get here? In a BO3. He got 2, 4... He got 10 op kills over a BO3. And G got... Oh my god. G got 3, 6, 9, 13, 21. G got 21 op kills and Alistair got 10. I think he's... anything better than F tier would feel like a slight to some of the people in F tier who I don't necessarily... Like, he can't be worse than G. He actually can't be better than G. I mean, he can't be better than G. He cannot... Actually, I think kaze is better. I think kaze might be better. I think it might be this right now. Acor. Moving on. I think Acor to me is kind of like bottom of B, but maybe top of C. At the major 1.01, at the RMR 1.04. I guess this year has not been that. Man, actually, Acor's kind of living off of a reputation for me that I guess has really dropped off. Wow, this is really weird to look at his versus top whatever opponents. I think Acor has to be better than Salazar. Like, okay, guys, like, almost think of it like this. If it were Salazar for Acor on Ecstatic, like, you have this team and you have this team, I think Acor improves this team over Salazar. So I have to have him better than Salazar. This looks better. Okay, this does look better. I couldn't put Acor in the same tier as Salazar. I would rather have Acor than Salazar today. Okay, Afro. I actually thought Afro was quite good, but I haven't been watching him that much this year. The RMR, I think I caught maybe one game of them at best. So let me see. Afro. I feel like, okay, from before even looking too much, I kind of would have wanted to put Afro in C tier. I would have wanted him around here also. But again, in 2024, I just haven't really seen enough from him. So yeah, it actually looks way worse now, doesn't it? Ooh. It does look way worse. Actually, it doesn't look bad. It's just that in the RMR, he did horribly. Okay, this is all that matters to me, really. This is really all that matters. Oh, this is the last chance qualifier. Oh my god, this is just abysmal. This is just terrible. This is what matters the most. I've watched a lot of Fnatic. Afro is okay. Occasionally flashy moments. Okay, Trav, do I have you on Discord? We're going to discuss Afro really quick. Yo.
Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Excuse my voice. I have Copenhagen land flu. So,
okay.
All good.
You're good.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched a lot of Afro. I've watched a lot of Fnatic in general. I feel like Afro is quite a system AWPer. They're really trying to like fit him in the system, and I also think he's kind of on Fnatic, kind of because body likes him as well, in a weird way.
Didn't he get on the team?
He plays off his teammates really well.
Didn't Afro get on the team before Body? So wouldn't it be Body gets on because of him?
Afro was there before him. Yeah, actually, you're right. But I think like it is vice versa. That-
Yeah, they're
that
just
kind
they're
of thing.
buds. They're buds.
Yeah. I like Mattis a lot. I like QB quite a lot. QB plays like Jaguar on Ancient, roles like that, right? I think Afro, his rating is kind of like, I feel like it's kind of buffed purely due to all the online qualifiers they've had to play because of their brand new roster. And yeah, I do agree that the RMR has kind of, clouded my opinion of how he really feels like at the moment. I could see him in mid C.
Mid C. Yeah, I mean, before looking at the RMR stuff, I would have had him in C for sure. I would have had him right next to Acor. So, but the RMR is important, and he did very badly. And this is a 2024 current form roster or list, and so
yeah, fair.
Does it feel? It feels bad putting him in the same tier as stadodo and Salazar.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It feels really bad.
It feels really bad. It's
horrible.
I know you are ordering them.
Yeah.
But to see them in the same tier as those guys, no disrespect, but
I'm gonna
put Afro is better.
Yeah, he is better. He is better, and this is where the eye test does come in. The eye test definitely has to play a role here. And so, I think because I am using 2024 current form and he's done absolutely nothing this year, I have to put him in D tier. I can't, because if I were going on history, Cadian would be higher. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna put him top of D. It doesn't feel good to do this, but I just haven't. Right. And it's a little, it shouldn't. Okay. There's definitely some people on this list that I want to keep you for while I have you, because you've definitely seen more than them. So I'm gonna.
I've got plenty of time tonight. Yeah, don't worry. iDISBALANCE, Story, Jackinho.
Yeah. These five. Okay. These five. I want to pick your brain on these guys.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen a lot of Wrinkle. We're starting with cerq, right?
So let's do cerq on bleed.
Okay.
I thought he's really good. And everything I've seen, I thought cerq was the best player on bleed.
Honestly, he's not been that, but really has not been that bad on bleed. And they've kind of had a little bit of a revitalization recently, haven't they? Like they lost today, but they've had some decent results in tier 2 in general.
Okay.
So I really don't think he's that bad. He's not. It's not. We're not talking like 2018 fucking
right when
LAN levels, but.
Ooh, okay. He hasn't done much versus top opposition, so his numbers are kind of just versus bad opponents. Yeah. So I think putting him anything higher than D would be fraudulent to the list. He didn't even.
I agree.
Unfortunately, he didn't really. So this is where I watched him. I watched him in this qualifier, and he actually was the only one holding up his end of the bargain versus all of these teams to try to make it to the RMR.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So that's where my opinion comes from, and it's what I value the most is stuff cerq around the major, and that's probably just because I've watched more of that than anything else. And so I think Afro's better than him right now. I even might say Salazar is better. I think I have to put him above GXX and stadodo. Like if it's 1-for-1 him on some of these rosters, fair. I think I'd put him right there. Fair. Okay. So
yeah, I like that.
Wrinkle. I have not seen Wrinkle.
Low key, I love this guy.
Okay.
Genuinely.
Okay.
I watched him on bait many times. Maybe my opinion is slightly clouded by the fact I casted some literally sick ace from him in the Dallas quals.
Wow, he's farming qualifiers.
But he's loving life. Honestly, I remember even like casting was way back when they were playing the Rio RMR, I'm pretty sure, on bait, and I think he had he had some really good performances there as well. I've seen a couple of games from him on an IP, and he's fragging. Yeah, obviously, like he needs time to get integrated into the NIP system, whatever the fuck the NIP system is these days. But he's still fragging really well. I would genuinely put him top B.
Wow.
I think he's that good.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Henny's like doing really well in the Imperials. I think we're all kind of shocked by how well Imperial looked just as a tactical looking team, right? At the major.
So do you want to put him? I'm gonna put him on my own.
B?
I'm gonna put him mid B just because
good.
I haven't seen much of him. I haven't watched bait for a while, admittedly.
Yeah.
And the level of opposition where Henny looked bad against, Wrinkle is barely even facing that opposition. But
yeah, that's fine.
I
don't mind this. Yeah, mid B's good. I'm happy with
above
mid-B.
9-10.
I just genuinely like him. Yeah.
I think the thing is, if this list were made at the end of 2024, he could easily be top of B, even bottom of A, depending on what I'm seeing right here. But due to my lack of information and going off of your take, I feel like it's safe to put him in B minimum. Yeah. Okay, iDISBALANCE.
I'm gonna quickly grab a clip for you.
Okay.
Well, we can talk about iDISBALANCE. Yeah, I think for iDISBALANCE, I have not seen as much of him as I have of some of the other tier 2 AWPers, but what I will say about him is I think that the kind of the way they got to the major, sadly, obviously didn't play at the major, but the way they sort of got there was, again, him being one of those AWPers that is quite supportive. Like, he'll hit his comfortable shots. Like, what your rubric has got, like, consistency as the top one, right?
Consistency, impact, ceiling, rifling.
Yeah. I feel like he's not amazing. It's not like he's the carry for that team at all. But yeah, I think he can be mid C perhaps. What's timing going to be like on these sort of pushes?
What?
Oh, okay. We'll get taken down first, but Fame, superb hold, and it activates Mir to spray that smoke.
What?
And Fame, I was gonna say he's still staying alive.
Okay. Those are 3 kills through smokes.
Yes, without the scope. And now he's in a 1v2, which would be an ace clutch for Wrinkle to put his team back in the lead.
Okay.
And the rotations aren't exactly close. Jame has utility and that all-important defuse kit, and Norbert will have the smoke. In fact, Norbert has given that smoke to Jame, so he can get on this defuse quickly. It's going to be so hard for Wrinkle to stop this. But there's the first pick. That's the kit on the floor. And Wrinkle hits a sick ace for bait.
Nice.
Suddenly they're back in the lead. And the star power of Wrinkle we mentioned. I save like all the good clips that I actually get a chance to cast. So when I saw Wrinkle on the list, I was like, yes, I can share this now. Got my chance.
I've seen Henny do stuff like that too, so I'm not gonna. This is okay. It's gonna get really hot at the top, and for Wrinkle to be in B off of that clip, what you're saying and what I'm looking at as stats, I think it's fair. I think it's definitely fair. I think it's actually almost decidedly better than almost all the AWPers. I think it's a very fair position. I'll just say that. I think it's a very fair position right now.
Good.
Okay.
I put iDISBALANCE bottom C, just incidentally, as well.
Okay.
Maybe near top D, because it feels a bit harsh to put him worse than Afro.
I think
better than Afro, sorry.
I mean, I would put iDISBALANCE there also because when I watched this team play through the RMR and the last chance qualifier, he did well in. Wow, he actually owned. He was owning in the RMR.
Oh yeah.
But then, so I almost want to put him in top of C, actually. I actually think that's okay. But then I remember the most important games, he did fall off for them pretty hard, and it was Glowing, who was basically the best player for that team, which kind of felt like it was out of nowhere. But I think
that really was out of nowhere. I mean, like, what is he, like 30, dropping literally like 2.0 ratings in really important games? Absolutely wild.
So iDISBALANCE farmed Icy. I feel like that the head-to-head, I have to edge him.
Yeah.
Give him the edge. Fair. I have to give him the edge.
Okay, calm down.
I have to give him the edge.
I know where you're going with that.
I didn't mean that was Freudian slip there. Yeah, he gets top of C there. I have to.
You have to what? You have to what?
Okay. Story on Saw. I saw this guy get farmed by Fallen. So I don't want to give him too high of a rating. And also when I think of Saw, I think of Roman bottom fragging. I think of Muterus out fragging Roman. I think of U-jerks, and I think of Erosdos. And then Story's kind of
Sweet Rice, my goat.
Yeah, he's kind of in the middle of the pack, which is where you want an AWPer. I kind of want to put him in D tier because I think he's around Salazar for me. I don't really see a heavy.
He can pop off. I've really seen him pop off very often, but I agree. Like in the games that matter, it's more the riflers. I mean, that's kind of like obviously it's not as bad as it was when CS2 immediately got released, but in general, the riflers kind of do more in general. In teams like this.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's bad.
This is ugly. This is really
that's
ugly.
Kind of ugly, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this ain't really.
Yeah, it was really U-jerks and you know, Mutarus's experience and Arrow's Darkstay, wasn't it?
This
So-
looks pretty. This looks all right though in the RMR. Actually, this looks really good in the RMR. I
Yeah,
think
it does, yeah, but don't forget that is kind of flattered by like an NIP, which were literally borderline dead team,
Yeah.
and a new Fnatic that were getting ready as well.
Yeah, I'm. I feel like I do have to just put him D tier. I think D tier is where because just
Yeah.
no consistency at all. Like it's really all over the place with him. I would rather. It's kind of like who would you rather have as an AWPER for your team? I don't
I'd
know.
rather have Afro, right?
Yeah,
now,
I
for
would
sure.
too. I don't know if I'd rather have Salazar. I think I'd rather have Story. Yeah, I'd rather have Story than have
Yeah.
Salazar. That's true. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, jackinho for Metasport.
Honestly, love watching Metasport. One of my favorite teams to watch
Oh my.
when I've casted them in tier 2 at the moment. But jackinho is
the worst player.
genuinely he's the Swedish Salazar. Like
Oh
I've heard,
my
I've heard.
God,
No, no,
yeah.
wait, no, I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard a better. One of my friends called him the Swedish Junior as well.
Oh
It's
yeah.
kind of like that level. I'm
Yeah,
afraid.
yeah.
Like,
The problem with this is that the one game of Metasport I watched really closely, he did very well in versus Falcons.
yeah.
So my eye test is kind of screwed, but everybody else that has watched more Metasport than me is definitely way out on this guy. So
Yeah.
I
It's
don't. Yeah.
Their riflers do it. That Metasport's riflers are really like the. I mean, Nilo had like a 36-14 game the other day. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Was it NAP? I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, I low-key don't have much of. Yeah, I don't have much to say about him in terms of how much higher it should be than really D, to be honest. At this point,
I feel like
it could be low D. Low-key.
low D or top F. I think it might be
Top F.
top F or low D.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's on the same. I wouldn't. If everybody in D were on a list with jackinho right now, I'd pick all of them above him, and that kind of makes him
Okay.
certainly in the top F tier. Like, okay, even versus G, I might even have jackinho beneath G now.
Right.
Yeah. This is
That's fair. Honestly, yeah.
yeah. I think
There's
I
a-
think that's where it is.
Don't get me wrong,
He's
I
better,
I
yeah.
like him. He works in the system, but when it comes to like, yeah, when it comes to what we want to see from an AWPER tier list, he is that level. Sadly,
Yeah. Okay. I feel like okay. Who are some? Have you casted any of these other people that are still left on the list? In your-
quite a lot of Hades.
Okay,
Quite
Hades.
a lot of Warrow. Quite a lot of Zorte.
So okay, yeah. Let's do Zorte.
Mantuu.
Let's do Zorte.
Okay.
I think I've seen enough of everybody else. I might just go solo on the
Okay.
rest. But actually, you know what? Okay, actually, I want to hear. Okay, we're gonna throw a couple of these people up there so we can. Let's do this. Let's do these three, and then I'll let you go after Zorte, Mantuu, and Warrow. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Have you actually watched slaxz for M80?
I watched him a lot on
Okay.
his old teams. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
Like
him.
Sprouts.
Okay.
Ultimate attacks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do those four.
Um,
Let's do those four.
Okay.
Okay. So
Zorte.
Zorte, oftentimes
So-
the bright spot for Bet Boom.
Yeah, I like him quite a lot.
Yeah.
I have kind of said to a few people like if you don't fix Cloud9 with Monazy, you fix Cloud9 with Hooch Coach, which I hope will happen. Now he's a free agent again, and bring Zorte in, and maybe if this Axile major performance is a like a flash in the pan, then maybe you switch a rifler as well, and that could like revitalize them all. I think Zorte, if you can't get Monazy, he is my second choice to join Cloud9 without a doubt for me. I don't
Man.
know. He has. I'm just reading the chat as well. Like he kind of has fallen off a little bit from CS:GO to CS2.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
that's
guess
fair.
all AWPers kind of have.
Yeah.
So bottom B maybe near 910, above 910.
Yeah, I feel like I would take him still over easily above everybody in D.
Yeah.
Versus Icy, I have to have him above Icy. I would have him above iDISBALANCE, and then it's just kind of is he top of C, bottom of around B? Because he's actually around 910.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? He has to be next to 910. He has to be next to 910. I can't.
I agree.
I think I would put him beneath Wrinkle. So far, actually,
I feel
I almost feel like that's
BetBoom?
mean to him, but it's just that lately, yeah, him and BetBoom haven't been performing as well.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Because Boom have had
right here.
more considerable results than Wrinkle has, purely because Wrinkle has been
Yeah.
on bait for so long, only has just joined NIP, so Zorte is like more relevant in everyone's minds. But Wrinkle has flashier pop-off moments and maybe slightly better numbers
So-
as well, I think, from memory.
Looking at the tier list, what would you say for some of these? Because we do need to, so almost like consistency and impact. I feel like they're pretty similar, them two. But then ceiling,
Yes.
I think actually Wrinkle, from what I just saw there, it might be higher than Zorte's. Because also, like
Yeah.
that seems. So I might rifling and pistoling. Okay, what about these three categories? What would you say between Zorte? I think Zorte, I mean, just based off of not knowing a lot about Wrinkle, I would say Zorte probably just could fit into a team better, so better teamwork. But then ceiling and
Yeah.
rifling, maybe give it to.
I think the thing is I actually do think Wrinkle and Zorte's like rifling pistoling is very similar. I always love watching Zorte because like you could always tell if he was playing online and they didn't have cams on or whatever. Like you could always tell it was him playing and like no one playing on his account or whatever because he has like the most recognizable like aim style I think I've seen from any of these AWPers actually. Like the way he moves his crosshair, sort of the way he peeks into angles. It's very distinctive.
Okay.
And I actually quite like his pistoling every time I've watched him. But I do think Wrinkle has like more pop-off ability with like a deagle, for example, if we're talking those sort of pistols as well.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I don't know. It's a really tough one. I would still put him, in my opinion, I'd put him above 910, and that's probably about right.
Yeah, I was next to 910, above or beneath for me. I'm kind of feeling the. I'm just gonna say because it's 2024 form and BetBoom haven't really done anything. I'm gonna put him beneath 910.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I have seen 910 have some really sick moments at I think it was at the major actually. So yeah.
Yeah.
Or the lead up to it too. Yeah. Okay. And then mantuu. Man, I have actually really liked mantuu this year. I don't know if the rest of this, he's benched right now, but on big, he was a reason they were able to. He farmed Cloud9, which was such a huge victory in my eyes. Yeah, he totally farmed them.
I know you're
in January.
You're a big enjoyer. Yeah, and honestly, in the games I've casted of mantuu, I did quite a lot of him in the BetBoom Dacha qualifier last year.
Yeah.
He was having some really good like clutch moments as well. Not just like normal AWPing, but just he'd be alive late round pretty often, and he'd even make things happen like with the AWP in that. Do I have a mantuu clip saved? I've got the page open still. Let me look. Okay, that one's a little bit boring.
For a reminder for people in the chat,
like
it is 2024 form. 2024.
Exactly.
It's kind of a little bit of maybe all of CS2, but we're definitely not including CS:GO. Like that's not part of this question.
That's too far away now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think
it's hard to tell. It's hard to really pick it now because of his benching, right? But I do agree with you that I do consider him genuinely decent, and I hope he gets a team soon.
Yes.
Because he deserves it.
Yeah. Even looking at even in the lead up to him getting benched on big, I seriously don't see any of these. Like floor is really good. Like he has the occasional map where he doesn't do well, but this is the crazy. Like this is a really sick stat for me. Let me shout out this sub.
Watchma just subscribed.
Watchma, thanks for the sub. You're my new best friend. Appreciate it. Thanks for supporting this kind of content. For mantuu, 66% of maps with over a 1.0 rating with only 37% won that says a lot to me. Like you're not even winning these games yet you're still able to find decent output and impact. I think that's almost like consistency. Like he might just get an A for consistency itself. His impact's gotten better too.
His floor.
Yeah, his floor is quite high.
Of all the ones we've looked at so far, genuinely, like his floor might be one of the best of the whole list so far.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree, and he's doing it in Europe.
I like him quite a lot because his floor is like just going like 11 and 10 in like a normal performance, right? Like a normal win.
Yeah,
it's I don't know. I think he can be top B for sure.
I would be, because the floor is so high and because of the games I've seen, I'm willing to put mantuu right at top of B. Actually, I'm putting him top of B. Henny. I think mantuu actually finds impact better now than Henny does. Like, Henny farmed the RMR, but like sometimes against top opposition, he really can't find it because he's not as willing to go for as many openers, whereas Mantuu does with pretty good consistency, or he keeps himself alive a lot of the time. I would definitely put
So,
like this. Yeah.
as we're on the Mantuu subject, out of curiosity, where would you rank Syrson then, as you've replaced him?
Oh, Syrson's right here. I mean, I got Syrson. I would rank Syrson right now lower than Mantuu.
Okay.
I don't think he has proven enough with Big lately. And even the things that I've seen, it's kind of actually been the random JDC pop off. Like Syrson is kind of a okay in terms of the list. Consistency actually kind of low. In terms of impact, very high. Ceiling, very high. Rifling and pistoling, not great actually. Well, one of his best highlights ever is with a rifle, but Big just does such a strong job of making sure he doesn't ever have a rifle. He doesn't rifle really. I think Syrson to me is top of C, bottom of B. I'd probably put him right next to Zorte or above iDISBALANCE like this.
He has like more scout kills and like the A1S kills in like his HLTV history, right? Something like that. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me bring this up. Let me bring up Syrson.
Pretty sure he has like some
Oof.
wild stat that his rifle he is like one of the M4s. He's got like less kills than the scout or something in his entire career.
I'm saying it's so good. The consistency is actually not there, and he's winning more maps. He's winning more maps with worse numbers than Mantuu. He has to be worse. Like, and oh my god. Oh, he hasn't played a lot. Actually, he has barely any maps this year. Wow.
He has barely any maps. Yeah, very very low size for sure.
And let me just look
I quite
at
liked
Big.
him in 00 Nation when I watched him last year, but that's not what we're looking for. So
let me look at I mean, the thing is that he was on a 00 Nation team that was dying, and then it was also then he just got onto Big, and I think everybody knows that the system. Also, he kind of just got thrusted into playing against some pretty good teams like Spirit and Gamer Legion. Say what you will about Amcall, he actually did okay against Bleed in his opener, but
yeah,
I can't. Oof. Seeing that's gonna. Ooh, okay, actually, would I rather have Acor or Syrson? I actually now actually I kind of want to put him beneath Syrson right here, or I think I'm gonna put him here.
okay.
But I'm next to Acor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's fair.
Okay, how'd he do in the head-to-head against Acor? Actually, who did what? Because he beat them. He should have a better rating. Did Acor have? Oh my god, Acor. They both bought it. Both did badly. They both just did badly. I can't really use this. Doesn't really mean a lot.
That's actually typical. That's actually typical.
Yeah. And then the team won, so then I would just have to assume you're gonna have a better number if you're Syrson here. So I can't really go off of anything there. Let me see how he did versus Amcall though, versus Icy. Icy did a little better than him actually, and Syrson won. Yeah, okay. I think actually, you know what? The tier list is coming together well. That like I
like it.
It's the ordering's so far pretty good with Icy and Syrson next to each other, and yeah, this makes sense. This actually makes sense right there. Okay, WoRo here.
Oh, I see Regali at the bottom there. I love Regali, but current form is like a bit shaky. WoRo, I watched him a lot, and he AWP IGLs now, right? Like I'm pretty sure he's been the IGL for quite a while.
I think it was him and SDY were just swapping it a lot. I thought at the RMR it was still supposed to be WoRo, especially because SDY didn't even play the first game. I feel like WoRo. Okay, before I even go and look at the 2024 stats, I'd probably put WoRo top of B. Maybe we're even entering A. I think bottom. I think it could be bottom A, top B. So let me.
I agree. The thing that worries me about WoRo, sure, like a lot of it can be.
I think it's bottom A.
Online as well, which maybe will hurt some of his, or maybe improve and hurt at the same time some of his stats. But I think the thing that goes in WoRo's favor quite considerably is right now he's playing on a Monty that the previous Monty with SDY and Bro, especially when Bro like solidified the roster, right, and honestly made them look a hell of a lot more stable than they did with Boris. They were like bona fide tier 1, top 10 consistently, made some deep runs.
Yeah.
With this team, bringing Ryu in and Gizmi from the academy, it's like, I feel like he probably thinks to himself, even as the IGL, I kind of have to carry a little bit more. I kind of have to play for myself a little bit more. I don't have the consistency of SDY, who's like a tier 2 LAN MVP winner, right? We know what SDY can do. Genuinely, obviously, we're going to probably be adding. There's a lot of like high tier AWPers that we're seeing on the tier list.
_man__Bronny
as, like,
just subscribed.
Yeah.
he'll probably end up bottom A, right?
Yeah, I
And
think he's
that's
gonna be
fine by
bottom
me.
A. I think he's bottom A. I'm pretty much in agreement with you with Waro. I feel like if we look at the consistency, he's actually had it. He's really high impact. Ceiling, I've seen him hit some disgusting shots in moments
He's
too.
nutty, yeah.
Rifling, pistoling, I'm not really sure, but the fact that teamwork, he's the IGL right now, okay, that just has to be a 10 out of 10, really, for points on that. Like, that's, I mean, maybe he's not
Yeah.
the best caller, but in terms of what he's bringing to the team, he's been in and out of the IGL role a lot, so just doing what's needed. Yeah, I think this is the first entrance to A for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
And I'm glad you've like got an A+ in there straight away as well. Like, I mean, I saw you add one for the IGLs, right? You added like an A.
Yeah,
A+
yeah,
as
been
well
doing
as an
A+, yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Slaxz?
Yeah, slaxz. Slaxz, he's getting the benefit of kind of farming American opposition, which hurts me to say.
No doubt, no
Yeah.
doubt. The thing that I would like put, especially with Slaxz's like old style with Sprout and alternate attacks, like he was the most supportive AWPer
Yeah.
I think like I've ever watched, right? Like he would have so many flash assists. He would always be flashing for his riflers. It was obviously we kind of know that's the style of an AWPer. I feel like these days, like so many AWPers do play that way.
Yeah.
So many of them do have high flash assist stats. I think he was like one of the highest for sure in terms of that. Not very flashy. He's kind of the AWPer that's just sort of, you know, meant to be a turret, meant to hit your one shot, full back, play a different angle.
Yeah. Even on M80,
Not that special.
I'm not really seeing him take over because it's more like the Mobs and Swisher show. And if you're kind of, to me, the third best player on a M80 team that's getting inflated stats because you're getting to beat up on NA opposition, I'd probably have to put him around D, because if I really think about it, and it's like, if you put anybody in C tier on M80 or above, they would just clean house. They would destroy North America. Like it would be such a earth-shattering move to get even syrson on just an American team, because syrson's always been historically better than slaxz, and probably is to this day. Even if slaxz might have the better numbers right now, it's just level of opposition. I feel like I can't put him better. I probably put him around GXX here, because I think he's kind of around cerq. I think I might do beneath cerq and above GXX. This might and the thing is, I think slaxz is doing himself some huge favors right now because he's getting to play against the competition he does. If you look at 2024 stats, he barely plays top opposition, so these numbers are really hard to read. And against, let me see in the RMR, how did he do? Because also another thing is, like, look at, he was winning 55% of his maps, and he only has 55% with a +1 rating. And
that 21 and 2 against Wildcard is doing quite a lot of heavy lifting as well when it comes to those stats, I think.
He actually did well at the RMR in some of these, but him vanishing against Legacy is probably why Legacy made it to the major too.
Yeah,
sure. That's pretty
don't forget,
damning.
like, it's a tough situation, of course, they had with having to play with Death, but like at the same time, if you're going to play that well against Wildcard and that solid on map 1, where have you gone on map 2 and 3, right?
Right.
So...
Yeah, I think he's got to be around here. I almost feel bad. Okay. Actually, where would you move stadodo? Is he worth being lower than slaxz and GXX, or is that just my eye test making me more critical of him than I should?
That's really hard to say. Because I feel like stadodo, I feel like they're all the same in my eyes in a way. They're all like they're all like not particularly flashy. They're all
so
like,
hard to watch.
They have their moments, but they're just not. They're not the carry AWPers. They're not the ones that you really would like, you know, turn on a game to watch. They're all kind of a muchness. I don't know. I would say even in between GXX and stadodo is probably fine for slaxz, but
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna keep you.
Oh yeah, deko.
I just added deko, and this is where I want one more opinion. Okay, so I think deko from the rip has to be, I'd say top of B or even A. Yeah, he's very good.
He's very good.
Yeah, he's really good.
And like when he's not, you know, like having a meltdown when it comes to his attitude, which is quite well known.
Yeah.
He's honestly, the thing that makes me laugh about deko is like, I mean, have you ever like looked at his Instagram? Like, bless him. Like, the
No.
fact that he's keeping himself like mentally sane is a bit. I don't know. It's a bit tough. It's a tough look. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Look at the caption on the hair pictures.
Wait, see translation, bro. That bag in the front should be for kangaroos to carry.
On the hair pictures.
Okay, let me-
on the older ones.
Ed fam, is he talking about eating disorder? What? Okay.
I don't know.
D question E.
He's,
Dead inside,
bless him, he's a
emo,
bit of
goth, drain, epileptic,
that's the
paranoid,
one,
toxic,
that's the one.
bipolar, depressed, tilted, antisocial, sad, broken. He might just
Poor
have to be
guy,
top
man.
of B instead of A for that caption alone.
like, I love the guy. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a superb player. But when I first saw this post, like last year, or
Oops.
maybe even the year before, it's a long time ago now. It was like, good God. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I like him a
Think he's
lot.
A,
Let's
though.
talk about the Counter-Strike skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I think right now, he was kind of like begging for Aurora to finally find like a stable, like set of players, because I think he's ready, right? I think he's ready to be like the main guy in a top tier 2 team like that.
Yeah.
I think Kenzie and Norvi have always been fantastic. I think they were like, for me, they were the 2 best tier 2 players at the beginning of last year. Kenzie and Norvi. I loved them on that team. They had like a 17-map win streak at one point. I'm pretty sure that Aurora team. Now they brought in Wrestled. I feel like that is another really talented rifler that just doesn't necessarily take the pressure off of him, but means that he can feel a bit more relaxed, that he has people he can rely on even more, right? And I think that helps his own performance. They are nuts right now. They qualified for Melbourne. They've qualified for Yongshiping. They're doing really well in Challenger League. LAN will be the test. We're going to get to see both that at both of the Challenger LANs, which is going to be great. And then I think that's when we can truly judge him. But on individual skill alone, from what I've seen, like, A is not even a bad call. Like, I really think he's that good.
Yeah, it's hard to even... He could easily, by the end of the year, be top of A or A+, if they just get more opportunities on LAN. But if I'm just going off of this year alone, they just haven't been against the best competition regularly. But even in the online games that he's playing, I would probably be taking him up. Yeah, I mean, I'd actually pretty easily take him above everybody in C. It's just kind of like, is he top of B or an A? Because I feel like I would take him.
The thing is, like
yeah.
if Wrinkle is where he is, and with how good he's been looking, we kind of need to maybe put some respect on Wrinkle's name, I guess, because I feel like Wrinkle is just as good as Deko. I don't know. I don't know what people think about that. Maybe that's a bit of a controversial one, but I think they're very similar in terms of skill level and what they can do on teams. So maybe I would prefer top B rather than bottom A.
Top B? Okay.
Yeah. Or Wrinkle in A as well, but that's obviously for, I don't know. We've already done him, so.
Okay.
Tough one.
Okay. All right, I think I'm gonna. Okay, let's do regali. Let's do regali and finish.
Okay.
So regali for OG. I feel this team is. It's just been the heavy god show, and regali.
Exactly.
Okay, the regali impact has been basically like a CT side merchant, and T side he just hasn't been that guy for them at all. I would be more convinced to put him like top D, bottom C. Then because I wouldn't put him on the same level as people in B right now. I think kind of C is where I really want to put him the most. But
yeah, it's funny. Like, his recent games are actually not bad
Dick
at all.
Raccoon Cat
but
just
he did
subscribed.
fall off quite considerably against, like, in Kato, for example, against Vitality, and yeah, I mean, it's tough because I have such like a positive opinion on regali from what I saw him do on Copenhagen Flames. Like, he would both sides as well, not just CT. He was hard carrying that team on so many occasions and so many games I casted of his. I feel like Bird from Sky really set him up on that squad as well, which kind of maybe flattered him slightly. This team though, current state, it is the heavy god show. You're not wrong. He's like doing his job on CT, but he, as you say, maybe not flashy enough on T, maybe not aggressive enough as I'd want to see from him. Because I know what he can do.
Let me see like this one, what the difference is between CT and T side rating. So CT side rating, he was a 1.43 at the showdown, and then T side, He's probably not even on this page, right? Oh, 1.2. Oh, actually, this was pretty good.
It's not bad.
That's actually quite good.
Bad.
That's
Yeah.
actually, I thought the drop off was stiffer than that.
So did I. I do remember. I do think of it more as a CT AWPer than an aggressive T AWPer. You know. So.
Let me see another event like this qualifier where I kind of want to just see the T side, CT
I feel like
side.
he could be like low B.
CT side, he was
Mid B,
1.22. T side. Okay, this is kind of more what I remember. Where is he even on this thing? Oh my god. Oh, he's a 0.92 on this one. Yeah, okay, this is kind of the drop off I expected.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking C, and it's kind of where in C for me.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah. For me, it would be like solid rock bottom B or next to iDISBALANCE or an IC perhaps.
Yeah, it's kind of like, do I think he's better right now than Acor? Do I think he's better than Acor? Because I think he's better than syrson. Is he better than Icy and Acor? I would want to say yes, personally. I have seen more of Regali than I've seen of practically everybody else in C tier, actually, because I've watched a lot of OG games.
Yes.
So it's easy for me to actually remember so many big moments. He's also really clutch on CT side, too. Like, for retaking with an AWP, he's actually pretty good. So I know that the impact can be there. And that's something that I don't know if I can safely... Actually, you know what? I'm going to put him... top. I think I'm gonna put him top C. Actually, I think I'll put him top C.
Yeah, that's good. I like that because I was saying like I feel like he could justify bottom B, so top C is fair.
Yeah,
for sure. I like 910 a lot, but the more I'm seeing him in that mid B sort of role next to Wrinkle, I'm thinking to myself like he's flashy as hell, but
yeah,
like his consistency is like your 30% on the rubric, right? And it's like 910's consistency can just be out the window sometimes.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But which is definitely not an AWPer. he's definitely not actually an AWPer. He only opts on. He doesn't op on nuke. He doesn't op on ancient. He opts on Nubis and he opts on overpass. Crazy numbers, like high impact. Like this is how I like to play. High impact, low ADR, basically a 1.0 KD. Okay. So his weapons. He has 144 op kills. So it's the second most used gun. And he opts on only particular maps. So I will just show you. Like, for example, if we look at, let's just click through these. Ancient, Anubis, Inferno, Mirage, Nuke, Overpass, and they don't play Vertigo. So if you look at his weapon history on these maps. So on Ancient, he does not op. He has one op kill. So he doesn't even op on that map. On Anubis, he does op. And he has, on this map, a 1.19 rating. He actually even does pretty well versus top 20 opponents. Not great versus top 5, but that's okay. And then when I think of him on Inferno, I don't think he ops. I think Hobbit does, because he plays Banana. So, yeah, one op kill. So he doesn't op on Inferno. And then we think of him on Mirage. And I think they traded op... Like, Boomich does sometimes op here, but I feel like I've seen... Hobbit have it also. So I guess he opts on... Yeah, so he does op on Mirage. He does op on Anubis. And he does op on Overpass. So... And actually what's crazy is you look at his stats on some of these maps where he does op. And he actually is pretty damn good at them. So it's very weird to rate Boomich because you wouldn't say that he's a pure opper by any stretch of the imagination. He doesn't even op on 3 of the 6 maps that they play. But on the maps that he does, he's very good. And so one thing to know, I think about impact, and he actually does have high impact. He actually finds a lot of fights. His positioning is pretty good. His ceiling is not that high. Actually, I will show this.
Yeah.
This is the craziest thing. Why is it vertical?
Oh my god, they're actually good at yeah.
Oh, no way! Double no-scope collab.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not really ceiling, though. Is that really ceiling? That's like his best highlight by far. Yeah, that is his best highlight. I can't... Okay. In good faith, I would never ask for Boomich to be an AWPer on any of these teams. Is he better than Jackinho, though? Yes. But he's not a pure AWPer. But is he better than Stadodo? Yes. Would I really actually want him over anybody in the C tier as my primary AWPer? No. Okay, so I would put Boomich. This is like the least base take. It's very, very balanced. I'm just gonna put Boomich at top of D. Okay, he is, and this is why we say Cloud9 has no AWPER. When Boomich is their AWPER and he's really just like a D tier AWPER in this sort of category, then it's, guys, he gets a 0 for consistency. He gets 0 points for consistency. Period. Okay. Broky, the humble king himself. The humble king is definitely going to occupy one of the top 2 tiers. He has to be an S or A+. Has to be. I personally, this year, broky at the major was fantastic. As soon as I made that claim about torszi being a player that I would pick if building a team today, it's like broky heard that and just said, who the fuck is Mauisnake? And then he just started going ape shit at the major. It was so impressive what he did there. Can he actually occupy the S tier alongside monacy? I have to say, unfortunately, no. No, he cannot. He's going to go into the A+ tier. It is incredibly deserved. He has been one of the best AWPers in CS2, period. He is oftentimes the reason that FaZe is doing as well as they're doing. Like, his ceiling, I'll put it like this. All of these categories are incredibly high for broky. Not a single one would I even say that he is beneath a B in consistency, impact, ceiling, rifling, pistoling, and teamwork. He's so good, so consistently. Even look at this. 60% of maps won, 67% with a above 1.0. I guess I would probably say where monacy edges him out is probably consistency, because there is a slightly lower floor for him. Because let's just look at monacy in comparison here. So monacy's ceiling is higher. Monacy's ceiling is higher, and his consistency is the best of all time. Like, what is that actually? Yo, what is that? 92.7% for 1+ above a 1.0 rating for monacy. There's a reason the S tier exists in like difference to the A+ tier. Okay, that's just unreasonable. Look at this, is 2024. He has 3 red ratings for the entirety of. Yeah, the monacy tier. Monacy's probably going to be the only one in S, guys. Probably going to be the only person. Torszi, though. 3 years ago, I probably would have had torszi, probably like B-, C+, in a tier. Obviously, you'd have to think about different players in different areas, but. Hello.
I like broky because he's basically the modern JW, and I always loved me some JW. Instant S tier.
Broky is the modern embodiment of JW, which is also why the consistency is not always there. But the ceiling is so high, and impact is so high. And also, he's a better rifler than JW ever was. So, he's so sick. Yeah, broky is, in terms of exciting players to watch on this list, monacy and broky, I mean, they're S and A+ because they're great, but God, they actually are so fun to watch too. Not as good with knife and with shotguns. Okay, sure, guys. Yeah. Torszi, though, to me, I cannot double down. I can't double down, okay? I know I made that take before the major started, the main part of the major, about who would I rather have, or the playoffs at the least, with torszi and broky. Or before the playoffs. Broky exceeded that. And so I would now feel a bit bad to have torszi over broky and to even put them on the same tier based off of what they did in the stage. That being said, I will say that torszi was a bright spot for Maus, even in some of their losing stadium efforts, okay? Like, remember the end? Okay, so this is how we did versus G2 in a game where nobody on his team did anything, okay? Like, Brolin, okay, sure, it's him and Brolin, and he did well. But then also, at Katowice, when they lost that versus FaZe, this isn't too bad either on stage. Like torszi was the only one shooting back. So again, like, torszi was very good on stage 2 times in a row. And Brolin didn't even have that consistency. Yimpat fell off on stage the next time. So torszi is actually on the cusp between A+ and A. He's actually legitimately super good. I feel like I can't put him in A+. it's harder for me to put him at A+. I'm going to actually go through all of this now. I think the thing is that in studio environments, torszi just farms people also. torszi is so sick. He's, let's see, 2024. It's a little bit worse, and it's kind of a win by committee. And you look at this, and the consistency is about the same as broky's. It does seem like he has some bigger fall-offs, but that's kind of from getting farmed by Spirit once. And if you remove that, and you actually just looked at everything from then on after, like, let's just do this. Let's do 2 to now. Let's do this. It's pretty good. It's pretty good overall. It's kind of around broky. It's very similar. But broky farm Spirit, yeah. Yeah, and so I will be putting torszi at the top of A beneath broky. But he is very much right there. In a funny way, for this list, the term superstar should be reserved for a very select few. And I feel like Maus right now, their star players are Yimpat and Brolin. And it's almost kind of weird that torszi's the third best player on that team, even though in arena performances, he's actually their best player now. It's very... It's so strange because I actually didn't really make a category for doing well on a stage, you know, like none of these really mean that. None of these are really like, oh, how does he do in an arena environment? In that case, he would probably actually enter the A+ tier. But if it comes down to some of these other things, it's like broky does have higher impact. Broky does have a higher ceiling. Broky is better at rifling and pistoling. Consistency, they're about the same actually. And in teamwork, I actually would take torszi. But in the categories that I have as a higher have more value in my rubric, broky is better. Coldzera. Coldzera before the major and Legacy's run at the RMR, I probably would have had around D tier. I feel like I actually have to reevaluate coldzera slightly here because he versus a few teams was pretty good. Like actually the funniest one being here. Like look at this game that he had against Cloud9. He was ownage. Let me look at his 2024 stuff. He's like, I almost feel like I have to put him around C now, guys. Holy shit! Versus top opposition, he gets better? Yeah, I mean, this is the Cloud9 performance right there. And then look at versus top 20, 1.21. Like, I'd be shocked if Dumao has these kinds of numbers versus top 10 and top 20. I feel like he kind of does fall off. Oh my god, well, versus top 10, it's only the one game. Versus top 20, he actually still kind of he doesn't hold the same numbers where he farms lower opposition, but yeah, actually pretty good too for Dumao. But yeah, Cold actually powers up. Sample size is obviously low, okay? Yeah, but 9 maps is not that little. You gotta think this, like, for sample size, 9 is not bad. 9 is 3 to 5 BO3s. That's not bad. Or 3 to 4 BO3s. That's actually... I'm not sample size selling at all, because how many matches does he have in total for this year? 35. That's 1 in 3 of his matches. And we're using 2024 as the filter. So already you'd be willing to say, oh, but the sample size is low. I'm using the whole year. So the biggest sample size is just how many games they can play in the year. How many op kills? Quite a few. Like practically everything he's doing was with the op. He is a primary opper. Like, I don't know if people are watching closely at Legacy and coldzera. He is the opper for this team. It's not shifting hands anymore like it was on 0-0 Nation, where sometimes Dumao, sometimes Lado, sometimes Barton even picked it up. I remember coldzera opted on a couple maps and other people didn't. He farmed MIBR, who was basically their biggest opposition to make it here. Did very badly versus Pain, did very badly versus Gamer Legion, but against all the other top opposition, he's doing well. So, who is current opper now that Cold's gone? I'm not sure who they're going to work with. I think it's going to be a by committee type of deal. Cold, though, I'd feel bad putting him in the Henny tier. I think Henny's better than him. I don't think he's at Zorte's level. I'm going to put him around here. I'm going to put him above Icy. Actually, I'm going to put him above Idis. Ooh, I can't. No, I'm going to keep Regali above him. Yeah, I'm putting Cold there, guys. I'm putting Cold right there. So... yeah, we're keeping it Cold in the C tier, but it's a very respectable C tier, okay? And now Device. And this is where the list gets... Let me remind everybody, this is 2024. This is not the entirety of his career, which also needs to be said about Fallen. This is 2024. And Device has not been as sharp in this year, okay? He has not been an A tier opper in 2024 by any means, okay? 2024, it's not been kind to him. I almost have to look at this, and I think just from rating up from the eye test, I would have wanted to put him above Cold. I probably, from the eye test alone and what I've seen from Astralis, I would have wanted to put Device right here. And that's still just B. It's still just B, okay? But now when I have to go through this a little bit more, versus top opposition, he actually falls off. He actually is not performing as well, and he hasn't even started in-game leading yet, guys. That hasn't even really happened. For more than... Yeah, that he hasn't even started IGLing. And at the events that mattered the most, the RMR and the closed qualifier, he was not great either there. And I feel like the standard... It's tough. It's tough. I don't even think that, because the things that I watched the closest were these 4 events, and those are practically the only things that I think really matter, and I can't even really comfortably put him in C with these kind of numbers at all. And I think the eye test lied to me. The eye test definitely lied to me. I actually probably have to put him around here. I think high D is where Device has kind of fallen to. Because I honestly, for this year, D for Device. coldzera has been a... Oh my god. Oh my god. Hot take point made. First take. coldzera in 2024 is a better AWPER than Device. Cue the Kassad reactions. Are you insane? Are you out of your mind? Have you lost... Has your brain been smoothed out by an iron? Like,
just garbage take. That's it.
Are you insane?
What? Okay.
You are insane. Like, saying stuff like that, it's actually... I was thinking like just, you know, quitting the show right now and just leaving.
Just leaving?
If there was like a button to disagree, you know, that
Yeah.
I would press it right now.
VP, after watching them at Rubric, watching them at
He's going to be a top 3 rifler, including this year for the next 3. Absolutely not. But the thing is, like...
Device is a worse AWPER this year than coldzera. I can't believe it, but it's true. It is absolutely true. There is no way you can say, well, by looking at the games, by watching the games that matter, by seeing them at the major, which Device was not even at, that Device would not be worse than coldzera. coldzera is a better AWPER than Device. No, the hottest take of this is Device's D tier. That is the hottest take, and it actually has to be there. Yeah, it has to be there. Okay. Fallen actually has been, in some important games, very good. Okay? He's actually been pretty sick in important games. But the rating... Must sample size. Actually better versus top 20 opponents than Device this year. Actually better. This game is seared into my brain, though. This game, I cannot stop thinking about how good Fallen was in this game. This is where this is why Thorin gets so mad about Fallen being overrated, because he has these singular performances where I just think, oh my god, Fallen is fucking amazing. Fallen is carrying the hell out. Like, look at some of these clips. Surely there's something here. Fallen 4K on the defense.
And just hold the line, but he gets the better of stories.
Actually, I thought Vertigo, he was even better though.
For Furia. Oh, and another from
They're just peeking him one by one. They're shitting their pants and Fallen's just eating them up.
Okay, Zorte's got his back as well. This might draw them the wrong way again. There's a lurkout A that's found all this room. The bomb's still locked into the B side though. You've got to run T-spawn right now, or they have to exit heaven. That's if they want to go A.
Good movement, good impact.
Kill on this AWP.
The floor is so low though for Fallen, and that's why his consistency will hurt him in this.
A coffin.
Another one.
Oh
my god. Oh my god. I can't believe it. I can't believe Fallen. Like, eye test Fallen would be so high for me, but he does fall off a cliff. His consistency is actually not terrible when you look at 2024, but if you do the filter for top 30, actually it's not. It's even better. Wow, it's actually even better. What top 20? It's actually not bad at all. It's actually kind of shockingly decent. Actually, he's kind of shockingly good. Holy shit. Versus really top tier opposition, he just falls off a cliff, but holy shit. He actually owned complexity in the maps they won. He actually smurfs on other Brazilian opposition. Dude, I think Fallen is definitely C. He's definitely C at the bare minimum. Oh my god. Team was doing well. But he farmed! And Henny did badly. He farmed. Ooh. Ooh! And he also... Okay, look at some of these. Look at some of these, guys. Consistency, surprisingly good. Impact, pretty good. Pretty good. Ceiling, actually kind of good too. Rifling, pistoling, pretty bad. Pretty bad. I do not like watching him on other guns. Teamwork, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 teamwork. Ooh! Oh my god. I actually... Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. The rubric says B. It's giving B. I think it's giving better than 910. It's actually giving better than 910. Let's go head to head. Let's go head to head on them. But the thing is, I know the Mongols always beat Fallen. I know they always beat Furia, okay? I know they do. Oh, but Fallen actually did well. But Fallen actually did well here. He actually did better than 910 in the head to head. Oh my god, I eked him out. I squeaked him right above 910, and I actually think that's totally justified. Wow. I almost think Henny's too high now. Like, Henny should be here. I think this is where it is. Oh no. Is Henny not the best AWPER in Brazil? Is it actually Fallen? It can't be. It can't be. It can't be. It's not. It's not true. It's not true. I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. Fallen's actually better than Henny. I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true. It's not coldzera. It's not coldzera. No. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do wrinkle. No, I can't. Okay, I'm keeping things where they are. Fuck. God damn, that's hurting my soul right now. It's hurting my soul that this is actually probably true. It's probably based in true. It's based in true. I think it's based in true. I'm keeping it like this. Oh my god, dude. People are gonna look at this list and say Fallen's way too high, but it's actually I can't believe. Okay, let me see Fallen at the events that matter. Let me see it Fallen at the events that matter. Okay, yeah, this is where I've been rating people lower, but his team was so bad. His team was terrible. Like, he's still keeping his head above water on a team that's being called by Art, and Cello is just bottom fragging like crazy here. Oh my god. So yeah, but he's actually not doing that badly compared to the fact that his team's doing horribly. Like, in terms of team rating, he's just middle of the road. They're so close to each other, it's crazy. To see Zorte beneath them is so sad, but I like Bet Boom has just been not always there. Oh my god, I can't believe it's based in true. I can't believe it's based in true. I can't believe it's based in true. I'm comfortable with this. I'm okay with this. It's 2024. It's 2024. 910. If I had to redo, but I can't put everybody just so low. I can't put everybody so low. And honestly, like, they're okay. Both of these guys are better than Syrson, and Syrson, if anything, should just be here. But like, Device does deserve to be here. That's without question. Oh my god, 2024 has been so weird. Hades at the major, not great. At Kato, very good though. And those are the events that I care about, the RMR, Kato, and the major the most in this list. Let's see, Hades. Let's see. I would probably off the top of my head, I think I'd probably put Hades here. I probably want to put Hades right here. Actually, probably here. I think I want to put him around here at this point. I think he's better than Mantuu. I think this is where I would put Hades without looking at the stats too much, because I obviously saw the last 3 months, but that's not 1.12 versus top opposition does fall, but like pretty good up to like top 10. And events that matter, major, not great. Kato, very good. Very good. very good. That's really sick. Furia, yeah, he did badly versus them, but I want to draw attention to the fact, and if you look at this, that's kind of the same number in terms of consistency, but this is such a great performance from Hades. In the losing performance to Falcons on stage, he was nasty. He was like solo carrying them through some of those efforts. Didn't do well versus Maus, team got farmed. Versus G2 did very well, beat them. Like, how did he do versus Monacy in this head-to-head? Actually cleared him, but everybody did. It was a team win type of deal. Versus Vitality, he owned that fraud ZywOo. Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my fucking god, dude! Hades actually, he owned ZywOo. Hades might have entered A tier, but the major was not good for him. The major was not great. This is where I have to bring him down a bit. I'm gonna scroll down though, and I think Hades was probably their best performer. Ooh, okay, Kylar beat him. Okay. So how did he do in these games? Ooh, yeah, he got owned here, got owned by Pain, did well versus Koi, did well. Ooh, this hurts. Like, it's hard, but the thing is, if I put Woro in A, and he didn't even make it to the major, but he actually did well, and even in their losing efforts. I think Hades, off the eye test, I put him, like, here. Off the eye test, I put him here, and what I was thinking, I want to, ooh, is he A? I think he might be bottom of A. Dude, the Kato shit is crazy. He deserves A. He deserves A for Kato. He really does. He really definitely does. Kato gets him to A. Kato gets him to A. Yeah. Kato got him to A. Damn it, dude. Why'd you have to do so badly at the major? Why did you have to do so badly? Ooh, and it's like, do I really think he's better than Deko? I guess I just haven't seen Deko on bigger stages. Come on, guys. Katowice is such a big event. It's a prestige event. He had a 1.25. He owned that fraud ZywOo, and who will be in a very high ranking, by the way. And bottom of, if there were a B+, Hades and Woro would occupy it. But torszi would be above him. That's the thing right now, is that torszi is in a tier above Hades for me. That's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah. That's it. I mean, torszi's in a tier above Hades. He is. No, dude, Hades isn't in the same tier as 910, man. He can't be in the same tier as 910 and Zorte. He's not. He's A. He's bottom A. Bottom A. He is bottom A. If there were, because torszi, oh my god, torszi and Hades in the same tier kind of looks wrong to me, but he's definitely not in the same tier as Wrinkle, Fallen, 910, and Zorte. Okay, he's bottom A. There it is. Oh, he's right there. Oh, don't leave Zorte behind like that. He'll be back. He needs a new in-game leader. He needs a new team. Okay, there we go. Hades right there. Yeah, this is it. Yep. What's the rubric saying? Okay, what's the rubric say? Consistency. How low is their floor? It kind of is giving B tier floor. It's kind of giving impact. Actually, he's been pretty impactful lately. He's been more impactful. Like, something that I like about Hades is that actually, in terms of consistency, when he was on ENCE, he was actually pretty high consistency, like B tier. The first time he was on ENCE, when he was on ENCE with Snappy, I would have said his consistency was B tier, but his impact was D tier. But now, actually, I think his consistency is probably B tier, but his impact is more, kind of matches that in the B tier also. Ceiling, it's kind of all giving B, but I mean, it's almost like everything he's doing is now, because he's almost a B across the board with no major flaws. It's almost like he enters the A tier, which sounds so ridiculous. Is he top of B, bottom of A? It's the same ordering. Like, I still think he's right here, but I just don't know. I think we need to put more people in A. The Kato performance is so wild. He owned ZywOo. He actually owned ZywOo. He ate up ZywOo for breakfast, man. Like, look at the matchups that he owned in. He actually owned Monacy and ZywOo in consecutive series, guys. Look at this. He was the highest rated player against Monacy. And he also was the highest rated player versus ZywOo. Final. Wow. Wow, Hades is so far a top 4 AWPER of the list so far. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's Hades. Hades is right there. Wow. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But this is a logical and rubric-based tier list. Okay, hallzerk. His rifling's all right. His rifling's good. His ceiling isn't even... It's not really that crazy, is it? Yeah. This is 2024. If I were using all of CS2, hallzerk would be better. But in 2024, I don't think hallzerk gets above B tier. I don't think I can put him above B. It's okay. Yeah, I think it's B. I think it's giving B pretty hard. Wow. That's actually pretty high consistency. Oh my god, actually, versus Vitality. He owned that fraud ZywOo again. But wow, really got owned by them. Okay, these numbers are better than I thought. The eye test was not giving, but I think it's just that some of the blowout losses... You know, actually, when I really look at this, hallzerk only gets bodied by elite teams. FaZe, Maus owned that fraud ZywOo, and then owned by Spirit. Wow. He's definitely top of B at minimum. Top of B minimum. And I've talked about this before, like, I would take... Yeah, it's fair to say I would take all 5 of these guys before hallzerk. It is fair to say that. hallzerk is more consistently having to lose versus elite opposition, and even the fact that he owned that fraud is so impressive. He actually went fucking crazy here. He actually went fucking crazy. He was actually trying to drag complexity off of the back of a horrible Elite performance. He actually deserves better. Oh my god. I don't know if I could put him A, though. I think I might have to. I think I might have to put him in A. No way. No way. No way am I putting hallzerk in A. Am I really? Am I really putting... No, I can't do that. I think I got to think about the whole year. I have to think about the whole year. And he just doesn't... It's a lot of green, but it's not a lot of super high highs, okay? Not... This is an insane map, though. This map is insane. If I gave Fallen B tier because of basically him owning Saw on Vertigo, I feel like I have to give hallzerk A. I can't put hallzerk on the same tier as torszi, though. Torszi does clear hallzerk. I think it actually might be this, guys. I think it actually might be this. I think it might be this. I think that might be it. Oh my god. Is it this? Is it this, actually? Are we... Okay... It's that. It's that. That's it. Yes. 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 This is it. This is it. This is it. I think this is it. Is this it? Is this it? Oh, but broky... No, there's no way... after what broky did in the playoffs of the major, I can't... Dude, there needs to be... Oh, this is so awkward. I have to do this. I have to... Okay, I know what to do, guys. I know what to do. I know what to do. I know what to do. B+. Oh, the cop-out. Oh, the cop-out is here. The cop-out is so here right now. Oh, it's right there. It's this. It's that. It's like this right now. It actually might be this. Oh, it's this. It's actually that. Oh, my God. Oh, I can't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. This is really good. This is really good. The B+ tier looks legit. It looks super legit.
Yo, okay. I'm literally drinking a beer, so this is perfect. Yeah. I'm drinking a nitro stout right now.
Oh, damn. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Smooth.
Very nice.
What's up? What's up, chat? Okay. I gotta say, I like the list, so
okay.
I like the list so far. Yeah, I really like it actually.
Or C tier.
Wait. You put torszi in his own tier? No.
Okay.
There's no way. Chat.
It'll make sense. It'll make sense. I think there's a few people that are here in A tier. There's 2 people I see in particular that would be in A tier. There's like 1 or 2 in A+ tier still left to go, and then I think it'll look better. I really do. Once it's finished, like torszi won't be the sole occupant. He won't be.
So because jame is going to be beside broky, right?
That's not the one I was thinking for A+ tier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you are going to... I thought you made this whole list just so that you could have Boomich over ZywOo. I thought this was gonna be the whole thing.
The whole point of the
3-hour list.
For 3 hours of streaming just to say that Boomich clears ZywOo in a head-to-head off battle on 1BO3.
Yeah. Inferno. Yeah.
Okay, Jame, I want your opinion on Jame for what this list would be. I know where I put him.
I think Jame, I guess 2024 like hurts him a little bit. Yeah.
Yep.
So it does hurt him a little bit. So I can't. It's so uncomfortable for me to be like torszi tier.
Yep.
For Jame.
Yep. That's
because I think Jame is a better player than torszi.
You're where I am though.
And there's a choke tier, dude. There's a choke tier for me.
For
so
what?
I think
for
the
who?
real issue is for hallzerk, Hades, and torszi. Okay.
torszi has been playing so well every dude. Did you see the numbers on torszi?
Yeah, this is 2024, but yeah.
In 2024, torszi has been insane in every Stadia match. It's Maus that falls off. It's not torszi. That's something to keep in mind here. Look at the numbers for torszi versus G2. He and Brolin did pretty well. It's just the team fell off. And then with torszi versus FaZe at Katowice, he did really well.
Yeah, I guess it's not a lot of games this year in front of crowds. But yeah, that's I mean, it has to explain why Maus is doing well, so that's fair. I haven't really looked at his stats. But torszi to me will be the inconsistent top AWPER from the Academy League. That, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I can't shake that for me with him or Hades or hallzerk. I think hallzerk, and I will say also hallzerk had a good major and got a lot better coming into it. But dude, like these are three players who, that's the difference. When he was beside broky, I was like, broky's not that guy and never has been. But fine, 2024. And I don't have Jame like that either. I don't think he's not a choke. He doesn't choke.
He doesn't choke. His computer just breaks.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
That was one of it kind of ruined the major, low key. It's like
that was crazy, man.
Okay, so for James tier, my instinct is to put him above torszi in A. Which sounds so crazy, but it
sounds so crazy, but torszi did make it farther than him, and like he's having a good year and everything. This is very uncomfortable for me being only 2024. I feel like it just has to be like somewhere big on the screen.
It sucks because actually I feel like Jame could have gotten into A+ tier, but he was robbed by that moment. I really do, because he could have had a huge round for them right there for VP. Could have punched his ticket into the playoffs. Could have.
He wouldn't have peaked, and therefore they wouldn't have gone for the retake.
Yeah, exactly.
As per the quote.
Yes, exactly. Or he could have just killed. If he went for a little, shoulder peek, he would have killed hookzee. He either wouldn't have peeked and not died, or he would have just gotten the kill on hookzee because hookzee already took 11 bullets to kill him. So hookzee was not one-tapping him with a tight angle.
Yeah, that was like one of the most unlucky. I've seen so many unlucky things happen to people who play against VP, but it was always justified because it was like some kind of choice or great shot that VP hit. But in this situation, it was the hand of God. So
yeah. The only thing is actually, this is insane, because it's 2024.
By the way, your mic is still so fucked up, man. It doesn't.
Oh,
it sounds
okay.
fine on the stream though.
Yeah. Okay, I know how to fix it. Let me fix it for you.
Okay.
Let me fix it for you. Is this better? I'm gonna try talking for a little longer. Does this?
No, it's like,
Is it still bad?
Like popping.
Oh,
like
really?
Crackling. Yeah. It's weird how that sounds fine on the stream though.
How about now? Did that change it at all?
No, same.
Oh, same thing. I have no idea how that's a thing. Our Discord, let me try and change the region we're in for the call.
Yeah, sure. On any ping.
Okay, I don't know if this did anything.
No,
Yeah.
Same.
Dude, I have no idea.
Why do you hate Brazil? I did have Legacy and Pain 03. I do have a regret about doubting Biguzera, but not so much anything else. And then I did have Furia 03, but I was right. And then I did have, I think, Legacy. Who is it?
I turned off some settings for audio for voice stuff because there were all these little like codecs and added and stuff. Or is it still doing it?
know why it sounds like that. It's so sad.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could just mute you in Discord and listen to the stream. That's actually not. No, not to hear myself. Never mind.
Yeah, you would hear yourself, and you'd also just. It'd be kind of delayed.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's go.
Okay. Let's just do it. Let's do it. The stream doesn't hear it, so yeah. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to bear with it. Okay, so. Oh, frequency's in here.
Wait.
Frequency. For some reason on the stream, my mic sounds fine, but then when I'm in Discord with people,
It's like that crackling, like bad crackling.
yeah.
Also, now you're cutting out a little bit, so maybe change the server back.
Okay, sure. I'm just gonna keep it like this, whatever.
Did you guys know that Henny is Maui's favorite player, actually?
I think people that have followed my lore do know it, but okay. What were we getting to here? So, okay. So I think the thing is with jame and torszi, actually, I want to get back to this because actually torszi has been flat out a better AWPER this year than jame. But then I have this rubric. I don't know if you've looked at it, but I have 30% consistency. How low is their floor? 30% impact, fighting fights, positioning, 15% ceiling, 15% other gun work, and then 10% teamwork. And I think I actually would have to rate torszi higher in almost every category here, other than maybe consistency and teamwork. But that's even kind of, I don't even know if I really could do that. I think like torszi has more impact than jame as an AWPER for me. He just takes more fights. His ceiling pretty similar actually, and rifling, I think torszi, actually I've seen more rifle work from him, to be honest.
I don't love ceiling as a criteria because I feel like it's the floor that makes AWPERs look bad. Like almost all these players have like amazing days once in a while, but like it's the floor that's like, okay, you're not worthy of being getting dropped an AWP every round in tier 1 because you're not consistent enough.
Well, that's why I have consistency rated higher than ceiling.
Right.
It's more valuable for me.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you can never pop off, then that's exactly why I have ceiling lower. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and I look at these categories and it's almost like 2 out of 5 jame might win, and those would be the 40% or basically combining consistency and teamwork he might win. But in the other 60% in impact, ceiling, and rifling and other gun work, I would take torszi.
I'm not gonna fight you on this for 2024. But
okay.
Like, would there be a fight if it was like last 3 years?
Oh yeah, if like last 3 years, last 3 years, jame and Cadian are not in D and F tier. This list
Cadian!
Cadian has
That's
to
why
be
you fucking made this, dude. That's why you made this. That's why you made this, dude. When did he put Cadian there?
When I started the whole tier list at the very beginning. Dude, this whole year, Cadian's been terrible.
Yeah. No, yeah.
It's been terrible. 2024 has been the worst year for Cadian in his entire career.
Yeah, and it's like the main character, but he dies in the first episode.
Yeah, he thought he was the main character, and
he's been taking every fight and just like has no
skill.
He has I don't know. He doesn't know. He can't do it in CS2. I don't know.
All the confidence, none of the actual skill to back it up.
It feels like everyone being aggressive as IGLs were just getting this huge bonus in CS2, but like not Cadian. Like everyone else.
Yeah.
Every aggressive IGL was popping off.
But not for me, says Cadian. Yeah.
Call an ambulance for me.
Yeah, call an ambulance, but for me. Okay, knock. Where would you put knock in this? I feel.
Oh, this is so sad, dude. Because 2023 would have been a year that's like your time on NIP does not count, but like fucking knock in 2024 on Apex. Like this Apex team is like so mid. They only even used Deko just so that they could have their spot at the RMR, and like they never really believed in it. Now Jacob's saying we're not a real team anymore. Right. I don't think that this is like this. They don't even really believe in themselves.
I think I would have put him C tier. Let me see, 2024. Oof. Actually, doesn't really fall off against any level of opposition. Just kind of keeps doing the same thing. I will say that in terms of impact rating, it doesn't ever favor knock because he doesn't take as many openers as other AWPers, but he has.
Yeah, he's
good
in clutch.
Yes, yeah, he's good in late round moments. So it's a little tough. He actually, it's kind of looking at the rubric. Consistency is actually pretty good. Impact, kind of middle of the road because yeah, he doesn't find openers, but he does do well in late rounds. Ceiling, I almost would rate him pretty low for ceiling. Rifling, pistoling, he's just all right. Teamwork, pretty good. Yeah.
Watching this Apex team, Jacom was legit like worthy of playing at this major, helping get them to a deep run. He was going crazy almost every map, but like nawwk wasn't like right beside him, and like Sausalito had a good map here and there, but then that was a very weak core overall between him, Sausalito, and Jacom. So I think Jacom was the only one that I think was really impressive, and I love nawwk, but not lately.
So 2024, I kind of want to put him bottom of B, top of C. I think he's better than Regali today. I don't know if I'd have him.
I think
better than anybody else.
C should be choke tier. B should be will be back tier.
Okay, so B will be back tier. Sure then. I like the labeling.
Zorte will be back.
Okay, I like the labeling here. Yeah. Then I put nawwk. How about compared to say like so some of the other contentious picks in B tier are Fallen, who is surprisingly been quite good, and also every time I don't know, man. When I watch Fallen, he actually does perform really well in a lot of games, despite the flaws.
He is good, bro. Yeah. He is good, man. I just don't think when I hear Fallen in interviews, I just don't think that like he cares that much about. I hate to say that, but I really don't think he cares as much about losing as the rest of his teammates do, because he's already got a whole trophy cabinet. Like when I see him do these interviews, or like at Cato on the exit, on the major exit, it's like so professional to the point that it's almost painful. You're like, Art somewhere like punching a wall or something like that, like frustrated about his performance. And obviously he played pretty well, so he's not going to be that upset, but like he can afford these losses. I think that he can play pretty well, but like if he's the best player if he's playing the best on Furia, they're fucking going to lose. They're going to lose. I think that's the big problem when you see Fallen playing well.
Yeah. So how about the end of B here? Like compared to I'd actually for that reason I'd actually have Fallen above nawwk. I think.
Yeah, right.
How about 9-10 versus?
Yeah, I
nawwk?
think so. But
9-10 on Mongols versus nawwk.
Oh, 9-10 just misses too many easy shots, man.
Okay.
He's like high on the ceiling, but then low on the consistency. Where you've got consistency obviously more important. I think that's accurately describes 9-10's problems.
So you would maybe move 9-10 beneath Zorte and nawwk here, but still in B tier. I'm still leaving him in B tier for sure.
I would leave this, yeah.
Okay, just leave it as is. Okay, because this is kind of ordered. This is actually all top best to worst oppers in tier 1 CS. Just
right.
Yeah. Okay. nicoodoz.
I see. Yeah.
nicoodoz. Okay. The funny thing about nicoodoz.
Dude, he started rifling so much.
Dude, he's actually a sick rifler, and that's why this category feels bad for him, because he's one of the biggest. He's just a hybrid. Like
he was a great rifler, man.
He's actually a top tier rifler and not a great opper, but I do give some points to him in this rifling pistoling category, because 15%, he would score near the best of anybody not named maybe Mauisnake and broky, who are actually just fantastic riflers too. And I would probably put nicoodoz, if it were just a rifle tier list of oppers, he probably is in the A tier itself. But as an opper, like, he actually does worse when he picks up the op for his team. So I'd probably put him bottom of C. But
bro, there was a map on Vertigo where Nert was opping.
Oh yes, yeah.
Nert was opping and he wasn't, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you remember that?
Exactly.
What the fuck?
I did. Yeah. Yeah, I did see that.
What can you even say about that? That's like that's like a ZywOo tier type of thing.
It's super weird. Yeah, it's a super strange.
All right. Well, he can't be like even. I don't think we're. Oh fuck, that's so weird. Because like he can't be on this Hades tier, right?
No.
There's something different about.
No, he has to be. I think I have to put him like top of C for me, because he's just not that much of an. He's actually, what's weird about this list is it's not just pure player. If it's pure player, I actually would put nicoodoz pretty high B tier, because his impact is very high, but it's as a rifler, and And the thing is that with this rubric, like only 15% of it is supposed to be what they're doing outside of, or 25% maybe is supposed to be outside of the opping. Like all of these other 75% of this is the opping stuff.
I'm pretty sure he had 2 1v3s and they were both rifle clutches.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much non-existent as an opper right now.
I'm gonna put him in C.
Yeah.
I'll put him right above
That's fine.
coldzera. I'll put him right there. Yeah. It's weird. It's a weird list. It's a weird list because of what he's done to himself as a player overall. Okay, NQZ. I actually don't rate.
You
this
made
guy.
us do this, nicoodoz.
Yeah, exactly. People want to see nicoodoz's stats. Here, let me bring it up. So nicoodoz for 2024.
It's not fair though because he's a good player right now, definitely, but
yeah, he's got pretty good numbers.
Looking a little inconsistent.
You look at weapons, it's just he gets so many more rifle kills than op kills. It's not terrible. It's 23% of his kills. I'd be concerned what this is against top opposition. It's kind of the same actually. It's like the same percentage.
Yeah. Also, I think I also don't know how much. Like I watched you stream like the RMRs with heroic as well.
Yeah.
But I don't remember him rifling as much as I did at the major.
Like if I even do Torzi's 24, like Torzi's 44% op kills. Yeah, it's not even close. He just opts way more than someone like nicoodoz. So he's just a bet, and it's an op tier list. So it feels a little. Yeah. It's just kind of unfair for nicoodoz, but he chose this fate. Okay, NQZ.
Yeah.
I don't rate this guy that highly. I don't think he was paying or winning a lot at all. Actually, I think he's.
Nah, dude, they had the fucking, Brazilian donk, fucking Biguzera.
Yeah.
On some next tier of confidence, like I don't even know how I won. I'm so nuts, and like, I think everything else was just in the wake of his 2Ks basically. But
totally,
yeah, NQZ was not bad, but not
2024.
Also very low floor, very low floor.
He looks okay on these kind of numbers. Actually, let's see what did he do in this stage. He was the second lowest rated player behind Biguzera, Nissim, and Lux. He did okay versus. He had this one game where he farmed Ents, actually.
Yeah.
But
they choked the fucking.
They kind of just all farmed Ents. So this is one of those team victories. It's not. I feel like
I think that was Biguzera was getting first kills in that game. Like he was just insane.
It's.
I think NQZ is just he can afford to have the op because he doesn't like throw rounds away, but they don't. Their first kills are not based around that op almost at all. Like, I don't even think he clutches that much. So
no,
I think he's barely passing.
I actually kind of rate him around story for Saw. That's where I'm seeing him. Maybe around Salazar and story.
Yeah, I think
this is.
Yeah, I can even remember more story rounds than NQZ rounds. I got to be real.
Yeah. Okay. Who would you have him beneath or above Salazar? That's where I'm.
I would have him below Salazar. Personally.
Below Salazar. Wow. Whew. Okay. I think I just have to take your word on that, and because I actually wanted Salazar higher on this list. People were like,
device. What the fuck? I didn't even think about it.
Dude, he's terrible this year, dude. He's really bad.
Bro, I need to look at the players on this list, dude. I didn't see anybody yet. And this is all the good ones, man.
He's really bad, dude. He's seriously terrible.
Holy shit. I'm gonna be honest, there's some faces in here I don't even know who they are.
I accidentally, when it was kaze, I was like, is that Advent?
Okay. Well, you're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
I'm also Asian, so.
I am too. I'm part Chinese, but he's Malaysian.
I'm also like you. Yeah, that's
yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah.
We have Asian armor.
Yeah, Asian armor. Asian armor.
Holy shit.
Okay.
First I thought you made this list because of Cadian. Now I think it might be a device.
I think the hottest takes on it are definitely device. It's a 2024 list. Like I have to keep reminding people. So device, Boomich, Cadian, and I think the other most contested person was hallzerk. I think hallzerk people wanted lower on him. Hades was pretty up and down too. 910 I've seen all over the place also. I think the people that just have huge narratives surrounding them and the people that people just don't see as much, like 910, just get a lot of talk.
If you put ZywOo below Boomich, I'm gonna hang up.
If
you find a way to do this.
No. Boomich opts. I mean, ZywOo opts more than nicoodoz. I think more of his. Actually, I'm curious. How many kills this year are with the op? He gets it. It has to be higher than nicoodoz. That's just a fact. His op kills 26%, so more kills with the op than nicoodoz.
Oh wow.
But still hybrid. Still very much hybrid.
Yeah, hybrid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. oSee, what team is he on?
NRG.
NRG, baby.
Let's see how many kills.
Watched. Actually, I did watch you stream their RMR games. That was the only officials that I watched from them. I haven't watched any of their demos or anything. I really don't know what's going on with our NRG.
It seemed so. Someone kept bringing up in my chat the fact that oSee was actually IGLing T sides for NRG. I don't know what to make of that at all.
Okay.
That's one of the wildest claims I've ever heard.
Yes, you even take that as fact. Wait, who is their IGL?
It was supposed to be Daps, but now it's Walco.
Daps, yeah. Oh, okay. Dude, I actually like Walco. I mean, I don't know if that's like an actual, like everyone does like Walco already, but I thought like an EG Black, when there's EG Black with Junior,
yeah,
that was a really well called team in my opinion.
When they played Furia, yeah, at the showdown and they beat them, yeah, that was a big moment.
Yeah,
for Walco.
like they showed some really good defaults and things. I thought that he was a good caller in that way. Yeah, but I haven't watched.
For oSee this year, it's not great though. I'll just be real. It's just not. He just hasn't. CS2 has not been kind to oSee in general, and he's just not even facing top opposition, and even against any opposition, it's not like I guess he's improved.
He's not even farming NA anymore.
No, yeah, exactly. Like you look at some of these early ones, and there's a good amount of green, but the game against Rocket was just crazy at the RMR or at the closed qualifier. So the RMR, he got a 0.71, and this is the events that I've valued the most: the major, the RMR, Katowice. So
I watched this Anubis game on your stream, I think.
Look at this. Look at what oSee did against MIBR here, and versus Imperial.
Oh my god. he just like me.
he 0-2'd like it was nothing. And then where's the
Is that the lowest the bar can go on your KPR and ADR? I've never seen that before.
Everything is in the poor, like beyond poor, like it's 99, like the 1 percentile type thing.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and then the closed qualifier. Here, look at so closed qualifier, just completely up and down, losing. He did well versus Complexity, did well versus Los, which didn't even make it, and then didn't do that well versus Rocket, man. Versus Rocket. Like, you think that he would just farm this. And then instead it's Nero, newest addition to the Ben Tet team, that farmed him.
Oh, that's who it was. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's sad, man. I mean, I don't know what to say because there's not even any other, like, it's not really playing any international matches really.
Right.
And no major, no Cato, so it's like, what the fuck?
I actually feel like if I put Jackinho in F tier, which was probably a little rude, but
let me ask you this: do you think oSee will be back, or I don't even know if that's?
Yeah, I think.
Do you think he'll be better than he was at on Liquid?
Ooh, better than when he was out on Liquid.
Yeah.
I felt like what he was hitting with Liquid was near his. Well, it wasn't his ceiling because they weren't setting him up, and so he had a little bit more to give. He definitely had a little more to give than what he showed on Liquid, but now that the game's changed, that the team he's on isn't doing that well, and he's not even really being a standout performer on it, I actually have to put oSee right behind Jackinho. Like, if I put Jackinho...
No! Not behind Jackinho!
Yeah, I do. Because also the thing is that... So part of this list is... It is based off of stats, but it's also based off of games I've seen. The game that I've seen from Jackinho was he did well against Falcons. So, like...
Yeah,
I can't. oSee hasn't had a performance that good versus any top 20 team.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, someone's saying,
and he just wasn't at the major like all these other players.
Okay, oSee versus Cadian this year. That's something to actually look at. oSee versus.
Fair enough.
Okay, if I put Cadian in F tier and oSee in F tier, let's see what they're both doing for 2024 for themselves. Cadian 1.07. Again, this is against NA. Just bad opposition. oSee 1.11. They're barely playing higher level opposition at all. So like this is practically
Yeah.
the same rating to me. Like this is not really like if you even look at the KD, it's practically the exact same. 1.10, 1.12, and I think Cadian plays barely better opposition sometimes.
Okay.
I don't even know what to make of this. I think oh my god. Do I put him below Cadian? That's the question.
This is so.
Is he next to Alistair? Holy shit, this is so bad.
No, you can't.
I can't
No. Oh man. No, because. Oh my god. Well, I don't know.
Oh my god.
This is so sad because it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like this is the literally we're fighting for second last place, dude.
Yeah, you're fighting for scraps. Oh my god, it's really disappointing. It's really hurting me a lot. I think I'm gonna leave him here. I'm gonna leave him here. I don't get too hung up on these little decisions between these orderings because he's in the tier he belongs in. Unfortunately, he's unfortunately just where he deserves to be. Safe on MIBR. I haven't seen that much. I think the RMR he was just okay for MIBR, but they didn't even make it. So that was oh no, he actually was bad. No, he was actually quite bad at the RMR. Holy shit, he was terrible.
That's not good. That's
actually he actually was
really
terrible.
strong
Whoa.
still.
Where did I even watch them? Did I only see them play NRG? Oh my god. I think this might be the only. Yeah, I definitely didn't see this
Wow,
one.
this
actually.
might be one of his worst events, actually.
Oh my god. And this is the one that matters the most to me. Wow.
Dude, I think he got farmed. He kind of got farmed by oSee.
He got farmed by. Yeah, he got farmed by oSee. He got. They basically had the same rating, and yet MIBR farmed NRG though. Wait, let me see the head-to-head.
Yeah,
I have to see the head-to-head.
Yeah, we need to see it. This could decide. Maybe somebody can. Be
Okay.
OSee.
Safe farmed oSee. He's safe from bottom of F. He's safe from the bottom of F tier. He went 8-3 versus oSee. He went 8-3.
Dude, even on his worst day, he farmed oSee. This is such an L for us.
On his worst day, he couldn't even handle the oSee. Couldn't even handle safe in career worst form.
The best NA AWPER is worse than the worst BR AWPER.
The best. Oh no, I think Nero might be the best NA AWPER, and he joined an Asian team. That's how badly we need to export our talent. Oh no. Oh god. He had to leave. Actually,
But he's not jackinho, so we know exactly where he goes.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. You're totally right. Wait, he doesn't clear jackinho.
Jackinho is actually pretty fire for F tier, I gotta say.
For
I
F,
looked completely yet.
Well, G, I have G at the top of F tier. G from LinVision. So,
okay.
I think this is
I
fair.
think he's better than G, no?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I guess the problem is Jackinho's highlight this year is an online match, so it's like.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Let's actually just round out this tier. The bottom of this. I think Jackinho's stats. Wow. Okay. For 2024. Let's see. No, G. Okay, let's see. 2024. G has a better rating, but way worse impact. Okay, first top opposition.
Holy shit. I hate impact.
Dude, I know. No, impact's the worst rating. It's the worst stat by far. It's even worse than KAST.
They literally calculate it, and I still think it's a lie. Like the way that it's calculated doesn't really make sense. Like broky, somebody who's always had a really ridiculously low impact rating compared to like how good he is. It doesn't. Yeah. Sometimes they get it right when you're really good, but when you're got a low impact rating, doesn't seem to make sense all the time.
Impact rating should purely just change to. I hate how it's calculated right now because it's just this vague thing of it measures your multi kills, opening kills, clutches, and it's like, so if you got like 2 kills in the middle of the round of a 1v3 but you didn't win, does that mean your impact rating is still low even though you did
still vague.
It's such a weird stat. And when talking to HLTV writers who I won't name, they say it's also probably one of the worst things about rating right now, along with the fact that it's just
I don't even look at that shit. Okay, but to be fair, Jackinho also only had, even in that online game, had like rifle clutches. Like didn't even check if he's a hybrid actually, because he was rifling a lot too.
Yeah, weapons. Op barely. Ooh. You'd barely say he's an AWPER. Like if you just want to say most used weapon. So G though is definitely a primary AWPER. Yeah. Okay. I'm comfortable
enough.
keeping G
full
here.
time AWPER. Can't be lower.
Okay.
G and F, is that some kind of like play on words? Okay,
Almost.
Shiro. Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay. Now it gets
this
fun.
one's big.
Now it gets fun. Yeah. Okay, Shiro.
What the fuck?
Because the thing with Shiro is like, it's
1.30 Kato.
yeah. It's actually Shiro is in only
Massive choke at the major.
one of two categories for me. It's top of A plus, bottom of S. It's actually that. It's actually just those two things. He choked like crazy in that major performance, and that's what separates boys from men in S to A plus. I don't think I can put him in S simply because of that. That BO3
Dude
makes me leave him out.
That was a problem because it was the choke that everyone was trying to decipher from Cloud9 days, from Gambit days, from everything, whose fault it was.
Yep.
And Shiro was not the person that was coming under fire, but we did see some games where comebacks happened. Like we saw Maus versus them on Ancient at Rio. That was a big sort of choke that seemed like it was Nafany, that seemed like it was Axel. But Shiro does miss shots in some of these games. He has the choke gene too. All three of them have had big fall-offs in big matches. So I think this was unfortunately like really clear confirmation that he's still got the disease.
Yeah, he's still not. He can't shake the nerves when the lights get bright. It's still very difficult for him to perform at 100%.
But he's still got such a high ceiling that he has to be at least broky. Like it's got to be. He's not torszi tier. He's not jame tier right now. He's too good. Literally, his one problem is last game that he plays in or whatever.
It's actually purely it's A plus tier, without a doubt. He's A plus tier.
Without a doubt.
Is he above or beneath broky? And this is actually a big decision because this is supposed to be an ordering, and the ordering at the top matters the most. The bottom doesn't matter.
To be honest, I think you could still say Shiro S just because he won Kato as well, and he was also the second best player at Kato. So I mean, you could weigh the major really heavily, but you are also only weighing one game. Like even until that point, he was fine.
Let's see the head-to-head broky versus Shiro in the series that they played against each other this year. I'm actually gonna go off of that.
Dude, they got smashed though, cause like
so they played it at Kato, and then they played it at Copenhagen. So all maps between the two of them this year. So Shiro 1.35 against FaZe.
broky, dude, look at Broke.
Oh yeah, broky 0.71. Also, the thing about that's really interesting is looking at these KD numbers. Nobody else, even in 3 winning maps, went positive other than Donk and Shiro. Yeah, broky fell off a cliff here, but in the Copenhagen one, Shiro not as bad as broky's floor, but then broky's
he was the second worst player. Yeah,
dude. Actually, if you average these numbers, it's almost exactly the same. Holy shit!
The only thing though,
okay, I'm gonna do the
thing is Okay, yeah. Because you have to decide who's in front.
Yeah.
So in the same tier officially, yeah.
So
I mean, I personally think there's an argument that Shiro's still S tier.
So before I even average these numbers out between the two series, I would put Shiro above broky. I feel like the floor is higher. And if I go back to these consistency, I think that his consistency is better than broky's. I think broky's impact though can beat Shiro's. And ceiling, God, they have practically the same ceiling for me. They're
same
really
yeah. The S tier, they both have S tier ceilings.
Yeah. Rifling, pistoling. Shiro's better. I think Shiro's a better pistoler.
Shiro's actually better,
but I think
Shiro's also. They're both like top tier clutchers.
Yeah. Ooh. Some people.
They're so fucking close.
They're so close. It's the finest margin I've had so far. It's really.
I would say that I think Shiro has is slightly more impactful and a slightly higher ceiling than broky, but the choke factor is what brings him down slightly more in an important way.
So. Okay, but what do you make of the fact that in the head-to-heads, which are both stadium games? Man, actually, I'm gonna bring up. This.
I don't like the only thing about this is we watched the playoffs for PGL.
Yeah.
And Shiro was just awful, right? Like that number almost doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Because like it's like at least a 0.9 something, but it was just such an awful last map.
Yeah.
Whereas you can say for broky at least, like he played to win that, he played to win and was the reason they won.
So impact's higher. So his impact
for Cat. Impact overall is probably higher. I mean, there's less questions about broky at least.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna look at these side by side again for the year. Okay, Shiro versus broky for 2024. 2024 for broky. I think the numbers will always favor Shiro, but that he kind of plays for rating in a way that's not. I'm not always.
So does broky though. Broky is actually, honestly, Shiro and broky are like pretty much identical in terms of opening attempt percentage. Broky's just like seems to be more aggressive, but he actually is extremely baity.
Oh, but look at
extremely good in clutches.
Okay, versus top 10 opponents, 16 maps, broky 1.24 for the year. For Shiro, it's practically the same, but 1.21, so a little bit lower. But broky even still holds that number versus top 5, where Shiro actually does drop off a little bit. But these are like, again, the finest margins.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not easy. Okay, let me look who ops more. Let me look who 37% of op kills with broky, 41% with Shiro. It is an AWPER tier list.
You know, Shiro loves opping, dude.
And I already wanted to put Shiro above broky in my just pure eye test kind of thing. Okay, what would you do? What would you do?
Yeah, I would put broky first.
Ooh.
To respect the fact that he's the one who didn't choke in either game, even if he played worse in one.
The game he played versus Spirit in the finals of Kato was not great for him though.
Yeah, but he didn't choke. I think that for me is the difference, and that's me watching both Kato finals, and obviously they lost, they got smashed because donk as well. But
yeah,
but I think that watching Shiro collapse, it makes me uncomfortable to say this year I would rather have broky on my team than Shiro.
Oh my god! I mean, what's crazy is that broky ended up in the game that they won. It was broky best player over Shiro, whereas when Shiro beat broky the other time, Shiro was the worst player, but Shiro did kind of get carried by donk. And
yeah, your stats come up obviously being underneath that, in that tailwind. But yeah, that's the sick part actually about this. You got two big matches they played against each other, and like literally swap positions on the scoreboard. But broky was the main reason in playoffs at this major. And he didn't have a donk.
I'm doing a poll in my chat for who are people voting for in 2024. I want to see how even this ends up being between Shiro and broky. Because
I think Shiro. I mean, because dude, it's FaZe, bro.
Yeah.
I know you have like some of the smartest viewers on Twitch, but FaZe is just the biggest brand ever. So
yeah.
He's gonna win by default.
My smart viewers are leaning broky. My smartest viewers.
Yeah.
It's very close, though.
If this chat was truly genius, it would be like 52% broky.
It might be. It might be the genius chat.
You guys are telling on yourself.
It's 56-44. It's 56-44 Shiro broky. Wow. It's so close. Okay, I'm gonna go. I am going to. Damn it. Okay. Final answer. I'm taking broky because when the lights are the brightest, he's better. That's kind of how I'm boiling this down. When the lights are at their absolute brightest, I would put more faith into broky. And I like it. Yeah, it's so.
And that's
slim.
again 2024. It's like what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
So like that's fair, dude.
Yeah, so slim though, super slim. Okay, sunpayus. Goddamn, dude, this guy.
Oh fuck, dude, a fucking sunpayus man, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Where do you put this fucking sun god? What do you do with sunpayus, man?
Sunpayus is hard to rate right now. He had a great Kato. He was a solid performer for them at the RMR. Obviously, you can't grade him. I still actually off the rip, I would still put sunpayus in B+ or bottom of A tier actually, but it's tough because he doesn't have the big as big of moments. But I still think he was very good. I think B+, top B+ or bottom A is very safe for me. Let me.
Yeah, I don't think he can be. He can't be in torszi tier when we're talking about a major right now. So he's got to be below. I think the thing is he's supposed to be an A at least. Yeah, that's what we're supposed to be talking about for sunpayus.
Okay, so let's see at Kato. Oh my god. Okay, so one. What? Dude. sunpayus versus Spirit in this game? Oh man, I kind of even forgot about how he actually was putting up such a fight.
He tried?
Yeah, that he tried.
Yeah, most op kills too. That's actually a lot of op. Oh, that's 2 maps actually. Okay.
It's 2 op. Yeah. And then at the RMR, one really bad map versus Amcall. I'm not really too ashamed of sunpayus here versus FaZe, but he wasn't the problem versus who's the I mean,
Bro, the fact that they lost to MCAL is just the fucking funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, dude. I swear to God, when that was happening, I was really like, please God, let this happen. It would be so funny. And then it happened. Like, it was just hilarious.
Yeah. Oof. Okay, let me look at some people I would compare him next to for the year. Okay, so for 2024, like I think B+ is safe for me. I'm putting him B+. But I'm wondering, is he at the level of like hallzerk? Because hallzerk's deceivingly good this year.
He is. He's trending so hard for this list, dude. He's literally got his shit together for this list. Like that's the only metric in which he would pass in terms of like a like competency test right now in CS is like his recent trend is so good right now. hallzerk definitely a lot better now, but.
Okay, if you look at versus top opposition, it's actually not even close. It's actually not even close. It's like he's doing very well against the best teams in the world consistently, and hallzerk has a bit of a drop off. I mean, he's still very consistent, which is what I value highly for. Let me look at sunpayus' games actually. 61% with above a 1+1 rating, but he's playing a lot of.
Remember, guys, if we played this year out, I think most people would assume hallzerk is not going to be as good as sunpayus, but this is right now.
Yeah, and actually look at the consistency. hallzerk has so many maps with above a 1+ rating, and sunpayus, this is considerably lower. This is 15% of the time lower that he's getting it, and hallzerk's not even winning as many maps as sunpayus. That's actually bonkers to me. And for top 2024,
and sunpayus got to play with simple, bro. So
in a single match. Yeah. Oh my. Oh man, I just think that sunpayus did so well for himself at Cato. It's hard for me not to credit that more, but not getting to the major is wild. It's just wild.
You don't get to see anything.
Yeah, it's
not fair. You don't get to see anything.
But the thing is, I put Woro at B+ because he did well at the RMR. Woro's been doing well for himself. I almost actually think I need to change this.
No.
I think sunpayus needs to be beneath hallzerk though. I think sunpayus needs.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think
it looks wrong, but that's the point of this list.
Yeah, it does
clear up some misconceptions.
It does look wrong, but this year it's just hallzerk's been better. hallzerk's been better in big games. He's been on bigger stages more.
My grandma always told me if you see question marks in chat, you're doing something right.
It's like this for me. It's kind of dude, I think I have to.
No. Be brave. Okay. Be brave. Do something brave today.
Do something brave today? I put device in D tier. Device is in D. Yeah.
I didn't say do something rude. I said do something brave. Okay, wonderful. The only debate here is that there's only one man right now that's saying he's a superstar. That's Maniac said before the final started that Wonderful is a superstar. Everyone went against him, including myself. Including myself, he's not a superstar. No, he also was like the 3rd best player on Na'Vi.
Yeah,
I think. I don't know. I think
in the finals he was the worst player.
Yeah, like Bit was there are so many crazy things that happened for Na'Vi this major. Like Bit in the finals after having a pretty mid event.
Ema winning a major despite actually being the worst
Ema, dude, that quote where he's like, I don't care if I'm in the bottom of the score, was like, bro, like how the fuck? How can that be a rationale for you as a star rifler?
I know. In the positions you're in, the rotator positions that are vital for team success, you can't be bottom fragging.
Who do you blame, by the way, for like Ema? Because I keep saying in broadcast that I hate the way he's being used. Because I'm like, he's sending him off as like this aggressive T-side lurk, and it looks so awkward because he clears every angle till there's like 10 seconds left, and then there's no impact on the round.
Yeah.
But like, do you say that's his fault, or do you think it's like Blade or Alexi's fault that he's being used wrong? Like, what does it look like to you?
Dude, I think that for Ema, he was probably... I think the plans were a lot simpler when he was playing under Shuhei, but now that he's playing in a team that's really structured and really well-oiled, he's not able to actually be a benefit to that team, because I think he took more risks on Gamer Legion and was just in a crazy flow state where you watch him, and it's almost like when you watch Ema at the Paris Major, like he had radar hack. He just didn't even have to worry about certain angles, and he didn't care about certain things because he just felt in his mind they're going to be like this. They're going to be set up like this. Yeah. But now that he's either taking too long, now he's stuck in this limbo between, I think I have to clear everything because I don't want to get caught off by something that surprises me. And he's caught between like, dude, you should not have to worry about every single angle because you're having no impact anymore. You're taking too long.
Yeah, it's like same guy, no confidence.
Yep.
Like same.
Yeah, not trusting.
But like
yourself.
He shouldn't have the confidence either because he can't keep getting away with it.
I mean, I blame Simple. Yeah. I blame Simple because he's breathing down his neck.
Yeah, he's just Emma is just terrified that Simple might take his job one day.
It's like people. I love that the narrative became, oh wait, so Simple's leaving the team, so Ema should get a boost in performance. He was good for like an event and a half, and then he just regressed to the same thing that Simple was yelling about.
Yeah.
So I don't even. And so people are like, if you bring Simple in, it'll ruin the vibe so much. It's like the vibes didn't help Ema.
Yeah, they didn't.
No. Okay, so wonderful though. Tier that he belongs in.
Oh man, I get
mm-hmm.
He's a major winner, so he's got to be at least A.
Is that what you actually feel, or
I was just stroking my neck beard. I think that. Yeah, I do actually think that though.
I think he's A. I think he's A tier. I would not. There's under no world am I putting him in the broky Shiro tier. It's just not possible. He's not there yet.
Yeah.
He's not there.
No, you're in a choke tier. I think when you go below A, you're in some kind of choke tier, weird choke tier, and he's not there. So he's definitely not. He's not all he's cracked up to be, but he's super fine for sure. And he had good maps. He didn't choke. He ended up winning. They beat the best team in the finals or whatever. I think Wonderful is really good. So yeah, I think he's actually.
I'm kind of.
I don't. Ooh, you throw him above Jame? No. Yeah.
I think I'm tempted to put him right here. The problem with Jame is that he would have won that round for VP, but I can only then assume that in the quarterfinals you would have done better, because the thing is, if there was no NVIDIA crash, Jame could easily be top of A, bottom of A+. He easily could be, but we never got to see that.
A is for AMD, baby.
Exactly. That's good. That's where he wants to be and what he wants to use from now on.
Okay, damn, yeah, so much rests on that. It's so sad because it's so real. Like they could have definitely, you let VP into playoffs, who knows what happens. So I would put him above.
I think it's either here or here for me. I put him here. I'm thinking torszi. I'm thinking, is he better or worse than torszi?
I would put him below torszi, I guess. I would put him below torszi. I would say, is he the reason that the team wins? If that would be one of my criteria. How much did it feel like he was the reason his team won? And I would say Wonderful was more optional than torszi was, even though Wonderful was like clearly like very stable and important.
Man, I don't have a strong opinion on these numbers, actually. I just feel like,
and also Wonderful, he's a stats opera as well.
Yeah, he is. He is a stats opera. That's why people are going to look at that and they're going to say, look at the stats. He's better. But it's like, dude, the deaths per round is so.
Bro, he had no opening plays until he joined Navi. Literally.
Yeah, no, he was just the most
passive. He gets sent out
opera.
on perfect pathing to try a pick, and as soon as there's no one there, he runs back to spawn. Like he's like the safest opper. He's like growing, but he's not like. At least I'll give torszi some credit. Bro takes some motherfucking risks.
Yeah, I like that he does that too. Wonderful. If you actually 13% opening, Okay, so going back to this, actually, consistency.
13%. I didn't even know it was that low, dude. Holy shit.
Look at attempts.
That's lower than broky and Shiro.
It's actually torszi's pretty low too, admittedly, but like torszi takes a few more and wins a lot more. So, in this major, and if you Shiro, oh my God, Shiro 10%. But Donk is just running forward all the time. I actually don't fault him this badly for that. The thing is, for torszi to even have this many when he has exertion and Shuhei is kind of wild to me. Because who's even like, and the thing is that for Wonderful, who's even at the top? Ima's pretty high. I'm kind of surprised Ima's is that high.
Yeah, that is very surprising. But like
CT side rifling, he probably is pretty high. I would assume, if I have to guess.
What's
Ima's pretty much the same actually. For attempts.
Yeah.
23.
I thought it was feeling pretty high. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
So I think when we look at this list, consistency, I would actually say Wonderful's floor has proven to be. The thing is, I can't even knock torszi for a floor. Like when you're playing well in these playoff matches, even if your team is falling apart, his consistency is pretty good too. So I'm almost willing to say they're pretty similar. Impact, I would say that torszi has more impact. Ceiling, I might edge it to Wonderful barely, but like
I feel like I could see one day Wonderful being a better player, like hitting more consistently hard shots or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I've seen torszi being so inconsistent.
Yeah.
Come up, but in terms of right now, I think you have me won over. I'd also like to say that in explaining how Maus have gotten so much better, it's also part due to Brolin joining the team and them using him well, but also their AWPER, who is like now is also playing well. Like they know jump pat's going to be good, the calling is good and everything, but torszi was so inconsistent before CS2, and I think that's been a big reason Maus are winning more.
He's come up a lot. So people are saying like the clutches Wonderful won. Wonderful's won 4 clutches, but he played 18
He's
maps.
good in clutches for sure. He's good in clutch. He's one of those players. I mean,
yeah,
they're using him correctly, but like he is still like he is pretty much debilitated when it comes to opening attempts. Like when they send him out for things, it's like it's only set tactics and like it doesn't really go for them. I don't.
In terms of actually number of 1vx's, torszi has 2 at the major. Wonderful had 4. But Wonderful played over double the amount of maps that torszi played. He played 3 times as many maps and only had twice as many clutches. And Wonderful is in more positions to clutch than
I think
torszi.
this is
that's kind of a hard
yeah. That's very fair on the stats alone. But even thinking about, I remember it's like that meme. Like I remember a Wonderful clutch. Like he did do
true.
He did have like good clutches or whatever. But like that shit, like what you just said, just shows that it doesn't really even matter.
Yeah, so. It's one of the. I definitely feel like I too feel like I more vividly remember Wonderful clutches than torszi ones. But I remember at Cato actually there were moments where Shuhei and torszi would be in 2v4 situations and still be able to beat FaZe or whatever. Like they'd still be able to win some huge rounds against them. Like torszi, you can't count torszi out in late round moments either. I just think that it's like separating the narrative we've created for torszi in our heads versus what he's actually doing, which is very impressive. Right now,
it's like Jax. It's like Jax, how he was like the best clutcher on G2, always going for openers. So yeah, somehow.
I have a really hard time putting Wonderful over torszi. Let me see what Wonderful did at Katowice, because I'm not really even thinking about that. I'm purely, and this is a 2024 list, not a Katowice. 1.25 good versus farmed EF, did pretty well versus Spirit, did weirdly badly versus Apex except for one map. I don't know, this is kind of weird to me. It's a little strange what I'm looking at here. It's hard for me to really take anything from this actually.
I got him firmly second A. I'm with your
behind torszi. Yeah. No, it was to me between this and this. It was like kind of like, I mean, barely. It was like more like this and this, but then I just started like barely thinking torszi above. Like I think torzi's above him. Yeah, I think torzi's better right now. I would take torszi. Okay.
Someone said A+. Nice bong rip, bro. I can see you. High as hell.
Someone's saying, look at pistol stuff. Pistol stats for Wonderful.
This is a 2024 AWPER tier list.
It's on like 15% of my thing is rifling and pistoling, but
oh right.
I do have.
Yeah,
it
we did
there.
talk about that with Shiro as well.
Yeah. Where is he? Torszi's literally cleared him. Torszi's literally better. Torszi's literally better on KD.
That's
here.
why Mo's. The
guy tells you to look at. They say look at stats, and then Torszi has better pistol stats.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
It's a ratio, son.
Yeah, that's a ratio. That's a ratio. Torszi's literally the. I mean, I don't. Pistol rating is such a
helping
weird
them win,
stuff.
Mo's.
Yeah. Torszi did not crumble versus G2. Again, okay, so people are just joining the chat. No, Torszi did not crumble versus G2 at all. Like, are these stats world beater stats? No, but if you're looking at these stats and saying he crumbled, your definition of crumble, you must think Torszi is the best AWPER in the world. For
It's an uncomfortable game to analyze, but like they all just kind of like fell apart. It was like not.
It's like a team loss.
They were the better. Yeah, they were the better team coming into the matchup.
First
like
kills 25-16 in this. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, this was just kind of like hard to watch because obviously the stage thing mattered, but like also you're watching this game and like you're like Mouse are just choking right now. Like they're just not good enough right now as well. So not really anybody. This is one where stats didn't really say much.
No, it is a little bit strange. But I feel like this is so far pretty accurate. Okay, woxic now. Woxic,
man. Woxic. Ooh, that's even hard. That's hard.
He's kind of the worst player on EF, actually. He's kind of.
Is he?
I would take Xantares, Wycadia, and for this event, Major over him. Calyx sometimes on those anchor positions was quiet, but did his job. And Woxic to me was sometimes the reason they didn't have higher peaks, but because it's weird. It's kind of like the lead up to the major. I think Woxic returned to a certain level of form, but at the major itself, I'd feel like he went missing more often. But let me see. Let's see. Let me check how this played out.
Yeah, like he wasn't even that useful versus Virtus Pro when they won.
So versus
like got smoked by Maz.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's
let me see like some of these. Okay, let me see the events. So at the major itself, 1.03, just basically a 1.0 KD, and versus people on his team, yeah, this is as an AWPER. 1.03.
Yeah.
Going sub 1.0 KD. You're getting carried by all these other people on your team who are doing super well.
And why is his DPR so low? Yeah.
It's just saving. I mean, his rating's even that high just because he's saving, probably.
Yeah, max saving, dude. That's bad.
Yeah, I'm not really too convinced by this. Let me see because this doesn't show the opening stage, though. So at the other stage of it, let's see. Woxic events. At the other stage, it's pretty okay, but... Yeah, I guess this looks okay, but like, who is he beating? He's beating Gamer Legion. He's losing to Heroic.
Like, he was useless versus Heroic.
Yeah. What the hell? People saying A tier for Woxic? Hell no. There's just no world, literally no world that he could be in this.
Looks like you got some Turkish fans, bro. You got some Turkish fans.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's definitely giving towards like the middle of B tier. I would probably have him around like the Henny area. Actually, I'd probably have him right by Henny. It's kind of, do I think he's better or worse than Henny? I think he's probably better. Actually, I've seen such crazy moments from Henny when he was in the lead up, but then also at the major hit too, Henny didn't do that well. I think they both suffer from similar problems. Actually, Henny and Woxic are kind of weirdly similar to each other, where not the most openers for either of them anymore. Woxic used to go for way more on his old teams, but it's now really Xantares and Wycadia going for a lot of stuff at the beginning. And I'm going middle B here. It's kind of like, I think he probably is between Henny and Fallen for me. But is he actually worse?
No. Fallen's better than him.
Fallen's better than Woxic.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think he's better than 910. I'm gonna keep him better than 910. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't. just eye tests and the stages that they got to in this tournament, I gotta give it to woxic over 9-10. Yeah.
Yeah, look at the guy who just saw Cadian.
Cadian. Yeah, I know.
Yo, he's just like me. I came in like
2024 list. 2024 list. Reminder to everybody.
Yeah, like Fallen's better than woxic. Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, ZywOo. Very weird to put him on an AWPER tier list.
Oh my god, everyone's been waiting for this.
Yeah,
Maui.
Yeah, this is the big moment for a lot of people. It's a huge moment.
God.
I'm
scared. I'm scared for
I am too.
fans right now.
I am too. I'm really worried. I think I have to now start thinking about people's rifle usage and comparing it to ZywOo, because this is an AWPER tier list. It's not a hybrid tier list. I've seen ZywOo get farmed by boomich in a game where he wasn't sick, as there was a dominant AWPER in the server and his name was Big Boom. So it's not about when he does decide to op, he's S tier. That's like saying when Kenny decides to try really hard at the game, he's S tier.
Everyone's like looking for boomich right now on the tier list. Like, what does he mean by that? Where's boomich?
So after Big Boom, no. When ZywOo does decide to get that sniper rolling, I also remember that he was getting demolished by FaZe in the semifinals.
That was fucked up, bro.
He was getting owned by FaZe.
He was ill. He was under the weather.
They said he wasn't. They actually said he wasn't anymore.
Oh, they didn't? Yeah, okay.
He said he wasn't anymore.
I didn't say that in the cast because I was like, he can't be sick anymore, right?
He had 4 op kills in a whole BO3 versus FaZe. Man. He had 4 op kills in a best of 3.
That was a
holy shit. Oh my god, dude. What?
Jesus. They did play, and they did play Inferno. That's the only out he has, but I think he even bought an op on Inferno, which is so sad.
Let's see what maps he got op kills on. Op kills on Inferno. He got 2 on Inferno.
Yeah, he bought one. Yeah.
On Vertigo, he got 0. On the map they won, he got 0 op kills. And on Nuke, they got 2, and he got to play a whole CT side of Nuke.
Wow, that's insane. How did it... Oh, yeah, his Apex was taking all the first kills outside, and in Big Garage, I was never there. I just realized that. I was never there watching over the smoke.
No, he's not. He's, like, in an op tier list, it's really hard to rate ZywOo fairly, and that's...
He also fully sucked on Nuke, I gotta say. He was so bad.
Yeah.
Just overall. God, that's fucked. That's fucked.
Oh, my goodness, dude. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Yeah, this is wild.
I think you either have to move boomich up or ZywOo. You can't put him below. You can't put him in D, but you had to move boomich up if you're going to put him below boomich.
He's not actually below boomich. He's not actually below.
But you can't put him above boomich.
I can't put him above him, even though boomich cleared him. Let me remind people of this. How low do I have to scroll to find this? Okay, so ZywOo versus Cloud9 at the RMR performance. Okay, even just looking at this is hilarious. In Vitality versus Cloud9 at the RMR, most op kills boomich with 12. And then also you look at performance op kills. He got actually quite a few. He got 6, 8, 10. He had 10 op kills. 10 op kills across these maps. On Overpass, he got 3. On Inferno, he got 3, and that means
wait, on Overpass he got 3. Did they play CT side or no?
I think Cloud9 picked Overpass. So they
they
got 12 rounds.
Yeah.
They got 12 rounds of Overpass CT side, and he got 3 op kills.
Wow, that's crazy, bro.
It is.
That is actually crazy.
It's actually insane. Let me look at the stats for leaderboards for... Okay, let me just do this. Top players for the year. Let me do...
I would like to relitigate boomich in D tier before we continue.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let me do that. Wait, let me do one thing. Let me do op kills per round, top 20 filter this year. Op kills per... Because how far is he down this list? He's actually not that low. Well, let me... Top 20 filter can be weird. Oh, it's because it's going to do like minimum maps too and some really high amount where people don't even play that many. Okay, so he's actually much lower. He's actually much lower on this list. He's beneath other...
Knock.
It's beneath... Well, yeah, Knock has a lot.
Wait, sorry.
At least beneath... He's right beneath Knock, and he's barely above nicoodoz, who is practically... The reason I don't have nicoodoz higher is because he's a hybrid.
Yeah, there's a steep fall off here at this point.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, like into not really AWPers type of thing. Like Boomich is there.
Yeah.
It's all the Cloud9 players.
Yeah, they're all bunched up right there.
This is the only way to find out who the real AWPer is on Cloud9.
Yeah. This is... Oh man, it's really tough to give him a fair rating. Okay, I think Boomich. The thing is about Boomich is that I can't put him too high because in terms of when he's actually opping, he is pretty decent. But
you can put him well above
Syrson, _eat_ people just subscribed.
Oh, I gotta... Hold on, let me shout out this. Oh, sweet. Swemini, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. That's greatly appreciated. You're my newest friend.
Air just subscribed.
Thanks to getting subs to Pandas Eat People, Ravenhair, Calidos, Melly, and Autistic Biden. nice username. Okay.
Calidios just subscribed.
I think with Boomich, I have to put him above Device now. I think Boomich is the top of D.
It's... Yeah, at least...
M3 LLY
dude, I don't think you can put Syrson above...
Boomich? No, he probably shouldn't
I don't think so. Yeah.
God. But okay, if I put nicoodoz in C,
just subscribe.
If I put nicoodoz in C, I'm kind of grading Boomich and nicoodoz on both that hybrid sort of deal, actually, because they have roughly the same amount of op kills per round. I think
that opens up ZywOo tier, baby.
Okay, I think ZywOo then is B tier. I think he's B tier as an opper. Is mantuu clearing ZywOo?
No, wait, something's wrong.
Is mantuu clearing ZywOo?
Something different feels wrong all of a sudden.
ZywOo. Oh my god.
No way. No. That immediately, you knew something was wrong right there, right?
Oh my god. He doesn't use the gun. He doesn't use the gun.
Dude, what the fuck? No. Wait, how did mantuu get there?
Because he was really good for big.
Fallen's better than mantuu.
No, not right now.
Fallen's better than mantuu, he is.
We're not redoing the whole list just to move Fallen above mantuu right now.
Big only play online games. What are you talking about, the groups?
Yeah, the groups. He was so good. He cleared Boomich. He cleared Boomich. mantuu. We just use logic where it's just the head-to-head matters.
Fallen is better than mantuu.
Okay,
wait, that's tough for me. Well, that's tough for me if ZywOo's going in here or something. Ahead of mantuu, who's leading the group.
Okay, I just want to put it as fairly as I can and as unbiased as I possibly can. I think that because he's barely an opper at that, but he is still an opper, I would put ZywOo in the B+ tier. I don't think he's there with wonderful torszi and jame if you're looking for an opper on a team right now. He just doesn't.
Yeah.
Even when he equips the weapon repeatedly. Okay, I gotta show people this. I think this will be incredibly telling.
So basically,
watch this.
The 6 op kills that ZywOo got this year were insane. That's what you're saying.
I've got something to show. I've got something to show here. I'm going to the PGL event where Vitality played against them, and I want to show all the rounds where ZywOo had an op versus FaZe. So he had an op. Let's find the rounds because they were saving him to get. I thought they were trying to get him the op pretty hard here. Let's see. Nope, no op there. Yep. Okay, so they have an op. Round 5 here. So they won their first round.
One they may have needed.
This is you casting.
Yeah, I remember this. I remember that outside it was like just Apex basically by himself, and then
ZywOo's at ramp.
ZywOo went in front of Squeaky one round, took a shot and just missed, and then got mowed down and they lost the sight. Upper. I think it might have been the next round. I don't know if he saves this one.
I think he's just gonna save here.
Yeah, so I think the next round, if I remember correctly, he basically just tries to face forward into Squeaky, and like it was like rare miss type of moment. Like how does he would normally just nail it.
Okay, so where's ZywOo here? Oh, he's at ramp again, actually, right now. For the second gun round, he's at ramp. He's just been ramped 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah, they never actually started him heaven, and there was lots of outside play from FaZe, so that was actually something missing big time. You see the riflers outside just losing duels.
Yeah, ZywOo's now playing J. He's moved into Hell. He's gonna help outside now. Rain got a timing on him, and Rain kills him.
Oh yeah, this is so awkward. He misses this shot too, which I just want to say we didn't see it from his perspective.
Right.
But even that, is something he would normally hit.
He's there. He flicks over. He missed that shot on Rain, and then he couldn't recover.
And he doesn't just flick. You know he like aims first. Like he doesn't ever. Yeah.
What's the
so
next?
That was a bad one.
So that one he got nothing with an op in 3 rounds. Okay, he's got an op again. Round number 8.
This is the squeaky round, I think.
He looks to be kind of like a credit card. He's like a credit card right now. Yeah. He might go to squeaky, but we'll see. No, he's just kind of hanging out outside. He's just playing the CT red box. Dude. Oh my god. So he's still just playing super far back. Rotates over to heaven. He's in heaven right now. He's still just like kind of at his signature spot.
I think he drops in. Does he drop inside this round? I think he drops in and they still lose.
Kind of
they actually picked the site correctly here, and I think he drops in and they still lose. If I remember this right.
Okay, 5v4. ZywOo, yep, he's in A.
Yeah.
Yep.
He drops in. Look at this. Just a full. He just fully fucks this up. This was so fun. He gets flashed. When does this ever happen? When does ZywOo ever get flashed?
Smoke it. Garage. Flash. And he just eats it. He just eats it completely. Another chance, and Kerrigan just still eats him.
Bad.
Wow.
Yeah. It's so weird. Like, watching this was like, oh, man.
Oh, wow.
Okay, now go find his next op one, because this is another miss, actually.
Yep, now he's kind of starting door. He's at door right now.
Yeah, this is the one.
Okay, 5v4. Oh, wow. ZywOo actually got to... He's at ramp right now. What?
Oh, wait. Maybe it's next round. I think he does the same play again because they don't see him in squeaky.
Yeah.
He didn't take a shot.
They go down lower.
Oh, this is so awkward from Flamesy, by the way. He sits here for like 30 seconds.
I don't like this spot.
He could have just gone clock like the entire time.
Yeah, clock's just so much stronger. And now ZywOo, okay, he's... Dude, Flames. What?
Yeah.
Okay, well, now he's just choked out of the round. I remember Rain doesn't peek this. I'm pretty sure he just sits here forever.
And then I think he still died, though. So I'm pretty sure he dies.
Seems like ZywOo's kind of creeping out right now. He's looking... Oh, he gets one. And then he gets nailed by Rops, who is playing around backside. Yeah. So we got
next round. I think there's another.
No up here, and then. No up here. And then does he have one in the last round? Oh, he has no up here.
Oh, maybe that was the squeaky. I thought he got like mowed down after he missed in squeaky. Never mind.
That's it. That's the half for ZywOo.
That is
wow.
That wasn't a good look.
No, just didn't pick the right spots. I feel good about putting him in B+.
Above average. I mean, we can't be upset about that.
I think.
Yeah, 2024. Yeah, Kato fucked up Major.
Terrible Kato.
Ooh,
terrible Kato, terrible Major, and in the RMR got out by Boomich.
Oh man. Oh my god. First half of the year never matters for ZywOo. We all know that. But on this tier list,
the stats look so crazy.
That's so brutal.
If you see all this, but it's just that he doesn't actually op that much. Like his op, if it's an op tier list for 2024, I can't really put ZywOo in the top whatever oppers. Like, okay, he's clearly out of the top 3. I'm just gonna say that is for certain. No, there's no way you can make a case right now that he is a top 3 opper compared to Mauisnake, broky, and Shiro. And
I think you can only say he's. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, and then I think you could make cases that, you know, if he really went full-time opper, he would clear maybe torszi, Wonderful, and Jame, but he's not doing it. And I'm not going to work in some hypothetical as much where, like, I want to give Jame, I want to really move Jame up, but I don't know what he would have done in those playoffs because he didn't get to play them. I saw what he did in the playoffs, or what he did in the group stage and everything, and I've seen what he's done. So
Yo, low key, Apex is the best player on Vitality in that elimination game. He was the only one playing to win, man. Like I think in the last map. Yeah, I was gonna say this, dude. High B's.
Top B plus. I'd say top B plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
he's better than hallzerk this year though.
As an offer?
do we know that?
Do we know that for certain?
Dude. That might actually be disrespect to hallzerk right now.
It really could be. Actually, I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna do leaderboards for the top 30, and then I'm just gonna put like lower minimum maps because it's way too high always.
Oh, someone said check head to head, and I actually remember there was a game versus Vitality. hallzerk fucking owned him,
that's
right?
true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Wait, that's true.
Yeah.
That's good information. Okay, wait.
My God.
Top 30 filter 2024. Op kills per round. ZywOo's at 0.22. Where's hallzerk? hallzerk's at 0.24. It's actually barely more op kills for hallzerk than ZywOo if we're looking at that.
Yeah, but even.
but
that's just sheer amount of maps. I don't know.
This is per round. Okay, what if we did okay, let's see the head-to-head. I want to see that head-to-head actually. That's going to decide, is hallzerk better than ZywOo as an opper? That is what's going to matter here. Oh my god. Oh my god. hallzerk was the best rated player and he cleared that fraud. I think I looked at this earlier.
Smoked it.
He actually
this is great.
Dude, this
is a reference game for hallzerk.
This is when hallzerk owned that fraud. Op kills. hallzerk versus ZywOo. They went dead even. Oh my god. They actually went dead even in op kills. Wow. It's hard for me to even really. Wow.
Yeah, hallzerks are better though.
hallzerk first killed ZywOo though 5 times, and ZywOo only got him once.
Wow.
And oh my god, total kills 14-8. He cleared him.
He fucking owned him, dude.
He cleared him out. What? Wow. Oh my god, hallzerk's the.
Yeah, we can't disrespect hallzerk this year, boys. That's cool. Holy shit. Okay, but he's better than Waro, right? Something's wrong.
Yeah, I think I might have rated Waro too high here. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. Waro was the first like A tier, so I felt bad about moving him down, but I had to make the B plus tier to move Waro down. So I never really came to a great conclusion.
They had like the worst major of all time.
He didn't even play the major. You got well. The thing is, they had sick SDY. Which was not a fault of Waro himself.
Yeah. ZywOo was sick too.
I can't believe it. The best oppers, Haiti and hallzerk, are better oppers than ZywOo this year.
Wow, bro, this is legit though. This list looks like it's in the right order.
It's very good. It's a very strong list.
Shit.
It's a 2024 oppers list. Yeah.
No one's even mad. Like, no one in chat's like, are you crazy? Are you fucking stupid? Like,
okay, now it's degster and headtrick. Well, I'm not going to actually... The person that made this list just put degster in as a meme because degster hasn't played for a year. So I can't...
Yeah.
I can't actually put that. And headtrick, I'd probably put headtrick F tier for me.
Yeah.
They're just mean. Know. I don't want to put him that low. I'd probably put him...
he got cut from NIP and now he's on bait or something? Like, he's not even played a match? Or he's played, like, the RMR... Okay, he played the RMR in groups.
Yeah. Let's see. That's all I really want to care
about. But it was all on NIP. Doesn't count.
His time on... Oh, my God.
Doesn't count.
It might count a little bit.
He'll be back. No. It won't until we see. You have to see what happens on
He had 55% of his kills were op kills, and he had a 0.9 rating.
Well, you know what? At least he's showing up to work, okay? He might not be doing a good job, but fucking ZywOo can't even say that much.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry, he's F tier for me. I'm sorry, he's F tier. He's not worse than Alistair in gaming, though.
I got nothing for him.
He's not worse than Alistair. Worse than Alistair. Okay,
this is one day we're gonna see this is Nip's fault. Just like it was for Alexi, just like it was for Brolin.
This is the official tier list. Okay, what are the biggest changes you would make? What are the biggest?
I think Fallen is definitely better than Mantuu. Because of land matches and what we saw in terms of impact. Sadly for Furia, Fallen was actually somehow underrated. I think that...
So you would move him up in the B tier, though?
You'd move him up in the B tier, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't put him... I like B+ upwards, Besides, I didn't really look at Hades versus hallzerk when I'm wondering how much higher can hallzerk go at this point.
we keep moving. We keep slowly moving hallzerk up. He slowly gets an A+ tier.
Hallzerk might be like the least good A. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
So, and then apart from that, I think I saw Acor, and I was like, maybe Acor could be B because he's actually been like sort of somewhat consistent in the year, but not much. Wouldn't be higher than like he'd be like maybe he could like is Acor better than woxic? Like maybe I think actually. So that might be a little weird one. And then Boomich being below ZywOo, I think that's questionable. Besides that,
okay, right, my bad. Boomich in right here. Right, is he better than hallzerk? No, just kidding. He's gonna be there. He's just not a real AWPER. Like that's it. Yeah, it's just not really an AWPER. I think the surprises for me when I put this list together and when I started it, I think biggest surprise has to be because you just wouldn't really think of this. I think I kind of would have thought sunpayus would be an A tier, but he just doesn't have the year yet. Like the 3 months has just not been the kindest to him. He's been all right, and that's why he's in B+. Other ones, I think I probably would have in myself put 9, 10. I mean, not myself. I mean, this is my list, so I stand by this list. But I probably thought from the get-go 9, 10 would have been a little bit lower, maybe top of C. But from looking at stuff, I feel like okay, he actually, yeah, because eye test wise, I think 9, 10 does not check out all the time.
Yeah, I think Acor is getting robbed here. Might be a little bit.
I wanted Acor a little higher too.
Important match. Yeah.
I think I wanted Acor, but the major wasn't that kind to him. Let me look at Acor's. And the
he
thing
was
is, they didn't know.
Quite good at Cato. Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't been that pretty.
Bro, he was telling me that they were going home. Like Snacks had them anti-stratting for like 10 hours a day, every day of Cato, and they played from the day one of the play-in. And he said they were going home, staying in the scrim room, anti-stratting for 10 hours, waking up, playing their match. Like insane amounts of work they were doing.
This doesn't look that great. Like if I do events and the ones I care about most being Cato, so the play-in he did really well, but then the actual Cato itself he did not do well, and the RMR and the
Rob
last chance
Boss
he just did
OG
okay.
just subscribed.
And then looking at the major itself, I mean the major is weird, but
they weren't even supposed to be there.
yeah. Look at how he got. Okay, dude, come on, you can't have him better than woxic.
You can if you don't look at stats.
If you don't look at stats and say, okay, if they swap teams, what would be the?
I do think Acor has actually grown as a player, and I think I actually disliked him a lot like last year, but I think watching him play, I think he's actually quite a better player. So, but oh, dude, by the way, I saw bro when that 9 Pandas situation happened. I was like 9 Pandas didn't have the visas on time, but Seized was in the lobby of the hotel, and like literally at like the minute that it happened, that they just said they weren't allowed to have any more. They were already over the limit by like 3 days in terms of like extensions. But then everyone was just passing by Seized in the lobby like, dude, I'm so sorry this happened to you. Just looked fucking devastated. That was fucked. Like he had actually flown in and was in the hotel lobby in Copenhagen.
There's a thread on HLTV. The top comment on the thread on HLTV for the tier list: Fallen does clear Mantuu.
Before Launders game is